Wait. So like, what does it mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, what counts as drama? That's the problem.
I mean, it could be anything light to all the way. Like, people are just like, let's say there's like Pokegam got disconnected, and he was like, mad that people didn't pause, that kind of thing.
Say someone doesn't show up. Does that count as like drama? Like
what?
Owen's not going to show up to regionals.
Like disconnect. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna make one. So yes, fuck it.
I'm
changing it. Yes.
I'm gonna say yes as well.
It's like a bad for a point. I'll just fucking do something.
Right.
Man. Fuck
Sounds good.
If he's gonna intentionally do it, then I change it. Yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of Don't Talk If You Don't Know, the official podcast dedicated to all things high-level competitive teamfight tactics. Today is July 3rd. Happy July 4th to anybody that's about to celebrate in a little bit under half a day. And this is episode 51, the Golden Spatula preview. And it's a little bit different. We don't do it the day before due to the availability of a lot of players. And a little bit different as well because we have a guest that's returning for the first time in a while. But before we do that, I want to introduce my co-host once again, Bryce Blum. Bryce, we did a episode 50 special yesterday. Back-to-back podcast days, the first ever doubleheader. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me right now? My Discord is kind of screwed up.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear Bryce?
Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm doing great. Back-to-back episodes. What a time to be alive. These episodes are going to be very different in nature. Yesterday was like a love fest, and it was so fun to take a trip down memory lane of TFT. Today, I don't even know what the fuck's going to happen. Like, I don't know if we're going to be able to get through this show. Milk is going to basically peepo riot 2 minutes into hijack the conversation.
No, I'm not. No. The Fro's the best host. I'm not just doing what he says.
Okay. Yeah. You may have heard his voice. You've seen him. He's actually not been on stream a lot this past set. But Milk, welcome back to the podcast. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, hello. I'm Milk, and I play TFT for Team Vitality.
Amazing. Yeah. How is coming back to TFT? You took set 10 off. We haven't actually had you on. Except for the LAN announcement, but we haven't had you on in a very, 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 very long time. So it's been years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you always ask me at the wrong time.
What are you talking about?
We've asked you like 100 times.
We've asked you so many times. Surely we can't be 0 for 100.
Yeah, sometimes it's the wrong time. It's like sometimes it's the wrong time.
Okay. How's your set back been? How are you feeling about the week of regionals?
I'll be back next set for sure.
Yeah, how come you don't stream this set?
I didn't think I was going to play this set. I'll be back next set.
And then what ended up changing your mind?
What do you mean?
You said you didn't think you were going to play this set.
Oh. Well, then, honestly, I think it was actually EWC. Because I was like, I thought EWC was going to come up. And, I didn't want to be too bad, but I thought it'd be next set. So I was playing a little bit, casually. So it wouldn't be too bad for next set. But then there was a qualifier. So honestly, it was mostly just EWC.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. So EWC encouraged you to come back. You won the qualifier.
I just got lucky that was during this set that I played the game at all.
Okay. Yeah. But next set you'll be back. What does next set being back actually mean for you? Because you've been playing this set. You've been actually still playing.
No, I'm not even joking. I have not read a single unit in TFT. I honestly do not even know like Science, right? I know Science is a bruiser. I know he's HP. I know he's low mana, right? But I literally do not know what any unit does in all of TFT. I have no clue what Science does. Or York.
Like everyone else.
No, but believe it or not, I actually know what units do normally.
Well, why don't you just take a second to read? You can literally read it right now. How about I read it to you?
I'm in too deep. The set's about to end.
How about I read it to you? Would that help?
I like it. This is good.
No. There's too many units. There's too many units.
I can just read Silas. At least you know one unit. Let me go ahead and read this for you, buddy. I got you. Okay. Silas, dash around the target and slam, dealing magic damage and healing for health. Both of those scale off AP. Then swipe heist, dealing magic damage to nearby enemies.
Does he get a shield?
No, what part of that just said shield?
When you I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Okay, can we just reflect on the fact that Milk, while knowing nothing about fucking anything, has averaged a 4.0 over tournaments this set with a 62% top 4 rate? That's pretty good.
Bro, I'm playing as BR Diamonds, man.
That is true. He's farming. He's farming Tactician trials. He played every single first weekend. We'll talk about
Wait,
that in a little
DJ.
sec. We'll talk about that in a little sec. We'll put a pin on that because I want to welcome our second guest as well, Prestivent. Prestivent, welcome back to the show, man. It's been good to see you again.
Hello.
You look kind of tired. Is everything all right?
Oh no, yeah. Oh, sorry. I was just itching my eye. I wasn't tired. I was a little
okay.
tired. Like,
Wait, is your eye still itchy from earlier, P-God?
oh no.
Okay. Well, that sounds pretty ominous. Like if you've had an eye-ish problem, but you've been waking up early and scrimming, and you've been taking like a proactive step in trying to be a behind-the-scenes organizer amongst a bunch of regions. So how has Scrim's week been for you, man?
Oh, I mean, it's been like relaxing. I don't know. It's like not hard like doing this organizing stuff. So like, and never mind. But yeah,
Never mind?
It's like easy to do.
He was
it,
about
like
to flame tournament organizers. You're about to, let me fill in the gaps for you. He's wondering why tournament organizers have a hard time because Prestivent can organize a 16-player scrim.
While
No,
farming
they're
them at the
24.
same time.
24. Hold on.
24 player.
24
Yeah.
players.
Holy.
My God. Do you think you can
But I
handle a
mean-
256 player tournament pretty easily?
Oh no, but then you can just get like 11 Bs, and that's already like 24 is a wrap. You know, you just times by 11. That's more than 250.
Okay. Fair enough. How has set 11 been for you, Prestivent? You know, set 10 wasn't the best start, but then you had like a strong finish, and then set 11 it looked almost like a little bit of the same thing, a little bit of a slower start, but you're ramping up. Do you think it's safe to say that you're just kind of like a late, you're like a grower, like a late set ramper, like as the set goes on you just get better and better?
I'm a grower, not a shower.
He got
your
both.
word's not
Wondering
mine.
if he was gonna go there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You're free. Okay, listen, I want you guys to relax. It's just us. It's me, Bryce. There's no Riot employee behind this chair. You guys can speak your mind. It feels like you guys are cutting yourself off and holding.
Wait,
yourself
what?
back.
No, I feel like if anything, like you two are like more like, or have to like, or more like oppressed than us.
Yes, and that's true
like,
because we have more
can say anything we
stake.
want, but like you guys like can't, especially Bryce.
Yeah.
I think that's fair, but like I don't want Preston to feel like he can't express himself. What I'm trying to say is like you guys are free to say things.
Okay, the thing is, I'm pretty sure. Like I got day one like the first tournament, but like I'm pretty sure that was a fluke. Like I understand like my tournament performances were bad, like set 10, like very bad.
You don't even feel that bad about.
I tried to like change it or do better like this set, and it's like I'm pretty sure my first one was the fluke.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, your stats are good. You're averaging a 3.8 over the course of tourneys this set. Pretty good.
How'd you rate your own
I-
form? Oh, go. What's up, Milk?
Oh, like don't worry about getting week one or day one. Like Dishop also got day one, so just remember that. And that makes me feel better when I sleep at night.
Is that the last thing you think about before you go to bed every night?
Only if I get day one.
I've got day one.
No. As long as like you did better than like somebody, it's like not that bad. That's
I
why
know
like
it, you're a
this
digital
regionals
paint
is
watcher.
like no. This regional is like a free roll, you know, because like we already did better than Soju, so like this regional is like a free roll.
Is that the bar that you're measuring against? You just want to do better than Soju?
I mean, he usually clutches up
Sure.
for like regionals and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's say
that's like a pretty high bar.
So what do you think went wrong for Soju because he didn't make it to this regionals? He's not part of this at all. Usually we kind of invite him to the pre-regionals podcast, but he's not here this time. The last time he missed, actually you missed alongside with him in set 8.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think went
Yeah,
wrong for him in
baited
set
me
11?
that set. He baited me into playing Valorant 24 hours a day that set.
Nice.
And then he took me down with him.
And this day you denied that. You said no Valorant, full sweat.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It seems like you're one of the most locked in players right now, P-God. It seems like you are in focused prep mode.
Oh, I don't know. I want to go to Worlds for the first time. I want to win a tournament for the first time.
You were really close in Tactician's Cup number 3. We're actually going to review that here in just a second. Back, why don't we just jump straight to that and kind of cover some of the news? And so we have the Tactician's 3 results. For Prestivent, you nearly missed out on Sox. Is this the best tournament result that you've had, at least individually? I believe your second place here.
I think so, yeah. But this wasn't like my best form or like best performing tournament. You should have seen. Okay, you should have. Like, no disrespect to any of the players, but you should have seen the lobbies that I got put in.
Okay.
Like
tell me more.
if you do like a side by side comparison of like my is this 7 lobbies? Or my 4 different lobbies, I think. And you like did a side by side comparison of like mine with Setsuko, because I was talking with Setsuko about it. I legit loaded up into like a play school, like a preschool playground as LeBron.
Okay, so how is that not disrespecting the players? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, I mean, I said like respectfully.
Oh yeah,
It's not like disrespect.
you're right. You said no flame, so it's all fine.
Okay, fair enough. So you were saying that this is a lucky second because you feel like you were just fed a lot easier lobbies than other players. I'm just trying to summarize what you're saying.
I mean, I do think I'm like capable of like like a top placement, but like I did get like some very free lobbies,
Okay,
or easier lobbies.
and it's not even your best form. So so you're in better form now than you were in Tactician Cup 3 when you got second.
Wait, what'd you say?
You're in better form now, you think?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dishsoap says he averaged 5.75 regionals players per day one lobby.
Oh yeah, I talked to Dishsoap about it too.
That's pretty fucking brutal.
How does that even happen? Is it just the random seeding of tournaments, or is it is it like the pre-event seeding? Like what? How do you keep? How do they even organize that way?
I think there's just so many bad players. This is like you have to get some of them.
But then why does Dishsoap wind up with all the good ones in his lobbies?
Well, sometimes you get unlucky. That's the way it is.
So just tournament bracket. Like I mean, because this was a high seed, so he should theoretically get the easier lobbies.
I mean, seed is fake. I'll Dishsoap's first lobby.
I really like the idea of giving the top X players like picking your lobby, so you like randomly see lobbies and then you let the
this. I suggested to Riot where the top seeds should draft who's in their first lobbies, and the response I got was, "Well, that doesn't matter because it's the first 2 lobbies anyways." And I'm like, that's even more reason to do it. If you feel like it's not going to be like a huge competitive integrity thing. It creates more narratives. It'd be more fun. And
if they don't want to do a full draft, I still like the idea of just doing the seeding, put 6 people in every lobby, and then whoever's in the top beyond that, then like the top seed picks where they want to go, and then you just go down in order and you pick whichever spot you want.
Yeah.
And it'll be good. It'll be good content in addition to making the lobbies inherently more.
I offered to do it to them for free. We'll see.
Free.
Yes, for free. Like I mean, because they're not going to do it. They have no main broadcast. Oh, this weekend they do have a main broadcast actually. Yeah. But
who's casting that?
Gangly is
Gangly,
but I haven't seen an announcement. I assume Casa, Crowan, Gangly, Necra. Like this is my,
maybe
this is my assumption.
or something jumps on board. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, we're doing our own coaching. So at this point, we're kind of so far removed from it. It's actually kind of wild because we've actually had a few sets that we haven't casted at this point. So we're pretty removed.
Okay, also, I'm actually really scared that like if you don't cast EWC for TFT is straight up going to be dead. Because I don't think, especially for 4v4, I think the other people do not play the game enough at all that if you don't cast 4v4, TFT is going to die right here on the first go.
You think me casting is going to make the viewership high enough for them to justify it?
No, but I think it's going to be such a bad experience. Wait, is this open chat? Dish, do you agree? Like the other casters, like if you don't play the game, you don't really understand what's going on in 4v4s. It's gonna actually be a horrible experience that like I think TFT might just die.
So you think 4v4 puts a much higher premium on caster knowledge than casting standard TFT?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's very different from the normal game experience, and I think
but I don't know if we can even talk about it. Wait, why not?
Well, so then let me ask you a question.
TFT might die, but I was saying TFT 4v4 might just die here.
Oh, 4v4 might just die here.
Yes, for EWC.
People would see it's a bad product, and you're saying that it's not.
Yes, and then 4v4, like people think like 4v4 is like horrible but it's not like it's gonna be the caster's fault, in my opinion. So
whose fault is it? My fault? Because I'm not
no fault. Because if you don't accept, if you don't cast
declined. I can't know to tell you. I already declined the casting invitation. It's too late.
Yes, but the thing is, like the
4v4 invited. I didn't chance to decline.
It's gonna be really rough then because you're not doing it, and I'm like really scared about that. And this might be the last time we do TFT 4v4s.
Oh, man, you can't put this on me. I can't.
Look the
Okay, but I mean, there's the possibility that maybe I co-stream. I'm not entirely sure, right? How that's gonna work. Because I don't even know if they are allowing co-streamers. Like maybe they want people to take away from that. Maybe it's just not something that I'm available for. So I have to figure that part out. But if I co-stream it, is that okay? Would that be acceptable if the co-stream does well? Because they asked other co-streamers, right?
Oh, honestly, if you co-stream it and you just cast it, I think people will still be hyped about 44.
Okay.
LV. Watch.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can make that happen.
No pressure, Dan.
No pressure. Apparently, the future of 44 rests on my shoulders.
No, I actually think it, like, actually for the NA side, at least, I think it does. Because, I mean, China probably has, like, real casters, right? There's like the...
They do. They have it. Apparently, like, a bunch of people turned down the English co-stream stuff. Like, K-Joel turned down League of Legends. Dom, I Will Dominate, turned it down. Like, Tyler once hosting EWC, which is so weird.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, I think it's better to, like, not do that and then, like, accept it now to be hypocrite later.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, you know, some people are some hypocrites because, like, let's say, like some people, like, talk bad about stuff and then they go anyways.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. There's a little bit of drama with that, especially because some people who didn't get invited yet were like kind of trash talking, like, oh, like Team Liquid's going, you know, blah blah blah. You guys are such bad actors in the space or whatever. Like that's not the word they're using. They were basically getting that tone, and then they eventually accepted a casting invitation, which obviously egg on their face moment. But it's a little bit of a sidetrack. We're not here to talk too much about that necessarily.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. We were really excited for EWC, and we can kind of get into that a little bit more.
I honestly would, if I could pick to win EWC or Worlds, I'd pick to win EWC over Worlds.
Interesting. Very
Why
interesting.
is
by a lot.
Why?
I don't know. Because I mean, it's also like once a year, and it's also on LAN, and so I think it's more hype. Also, I think the players are probably better on average than at Worlds. Yeah, probably.
What do you think, Prestivent? Would you rather win EWC or Worlds?
Bro, he got fucked over, man.
Money. Wait, Worlds is 3x the money.
That is true. Worlds, because you're not splitting the prize pool. You're not splitting the prize pool. So Prestivent just wants the money. He's here for the money.
Oh, no, I mean, it's like... I think I'd rather win something like Vegas than EWC, and I'd rather win something like Vegas than Worlds than EWC, because I think it's like winning on winning in Vegas and like in your home like place is like a lot more.
Yeah, Vegas was pretty hype.
Or just be Malala, win all three potentially.
Just win
If Malala wins EWC, he actually wins the LAN, he wins Worlds, and he wins EWC all within like 8 months of each other, which is pretty crazy.
Oh, but the thing is, I think like. If you're the best player, what are you most likely to win? Worlds, Vegas, or EWC? It's probably EWC, right? Yeah.
Oh, EWC.
You're the best player.
Assuming you can get
because EWC is like an invitation.
No, like you're the best. Like you're ranked like seed 1, you know.
But also, you can't get to EWC without having like good results in your individual first place.
That's only for NA. If you look at every other region, they think one person can carry 3 random like the EU cutoffs at 25 points. They make the NA cutoff at 150, and then like. They say like, oh yeah, we have this Vegas event that's so good for you guys that gives you infinite points. When it all does is fuck you over because like imagine for EU example, they just had 5 people and they just gave points out at random. That might be what Vegas was. They just gave points to people at random, and like it fucked everyone in NA. And they try to hype it up as like it's good for NA. One's like really bad for NA.
Interesting.
But the thing is, you look at the format. Basically, anyone can play in it besides NA people.
It was really the dynamic of the Americas combining regions and the fact that so many of those folks had consistently been doing well in regionals and making Worlds meant that the like relative value of NA points were a lot harder to come by.
Why? Like look at China and EU. They have 3 people 0 0 0, 3 people 0 0 0, and only NA is like you need every single point or else you're going 8th. And I think it's the dumbest shit ever.
I mean, I understand the combination of Americas has been suboptimal for a lot of tournaments, especially like just this year across the board, and that's going to be continued to felt next set and set 13, and potentially into next year as well. So that much is clear. We've complained about format. If you guys have missed it in co-streams in the past, every single co-stream cup, Milk has come onto the show to complain about the format.
That's just this. Okay, the thing is, like, we went backwards somehow, which I'm kind of surprised by. But the thing is, I feel like that's like not my main complaint because I think that is easily fixable, and it's like easy. Like they can easily make the format better, and they probably know they're doing bad, and that's all I'm concerned about right now on TFT. I'm more concerned about like things they don't think they're doing wrong, but instead of doing right, but actually doing wrong. Play the clip.
Is it your show or mine?
Milk
What is
50
going
minutes ago.
on?
I'm down to let Dan drive this thing. Milk,
Play the clip.
Play the clip.
How about this, Milk? If you give me that same energy in about 10 minutes from now, I will do it on command. Okay, but let's go through this. Let's go through this.
Do your thing.
Because
I'm
we were
excited.
still kind of commemorating Prestivent's second place. This is about Prestivent, and somehow we turned
I'm sorry. I'm totally complaining. I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, we were talking about Prestivent's best result. We're talking about his final lobby here. We also want to commemorate, like, by the way, wasn't this lobby incredibly stacked? Just look at 1 to 8. We had Prestivent Sox winning. Sox, by the way, won this event, and as a result, was number 1 in QP. A little bit more on that in a bit. We had Tech Summers 3-time Worlds finalist, back-to-back-to-back, Setsuko, Weijin, replay, the 1-2-3 in North America alongside Dishsoap. So it's like these are the 3 of the top 4. And then Ripple, who made an incredible run. Ripple needs a top 4 to get to regionals, and he did. This was his only shot to make it to regionals, so he qualified via that. And so Bio, like a Brazilian player, is kind of the only player who had come from amazing pedigree, but he just made Worlds in set 10. So like this is a crazy lobby. This is
the best final lobby of a cup ever, and I would be surprised if it was close, honestly.
For a cup, yeah. For a cup.
Yeah. I mean, regionals is kind of a different story, right? But for a cup, this lobby was bananas.
Yeah, 100%. Did
Like,
you feel that, Prestivent?
This
You're like,
could
man,
be a
this is
regionals
tough
final lobby. Like, if this was the regional final lobby, no one would bat an eye. People would be like, okay.
Yeah, Preston, talking about playing this final lobby here, and the final 2 lobbies especially, because you're wanting now for the win.
Oh, I don't know. Like the final lobby is like low-key, like lobby is fake. If that like kind of, because it's like if you like, oh, your lobby is like fake if you do your homework. If that makes sense, because like if you like do your homework, like the lobby isn't gonna change much of what you do. So like if you do your homework, then you know what to do.
Okay,
does that make sense?
Okay,
I don't really know. I don't really know if I'm putting that correctly.
It's a little bit abstract, but Prestivent said that basically he just felt like he had a good game plan going in. He knew what all the players were doing, so he wasn't very scared. And I think that's actually a big mark in potentially your gameplay, because you've been told. I think I've been hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you've been still getting nervous in tournaments and clutch situations at times, right? In the past couple sets.
Yeah.
Is that true? And do you feel like you're overcoming more of that lately?
No, not really.
Oh, interesting.
I think like this one was just like a little less nerve-wracking because it's like I was only playing for regionals, and like on the 3rd day I was basically like secured, so it's like I was just playing to play.
I see. So because there was not that much stakes on the line except for like prize money or something like that for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Ooh, prize money. Look at that. Our son, $3,000. My God.
The results though over the course of the weekend, it did matter for some people who did have high stakes. Most notably, Dishsoap in the top left here, getting day 1. I mean, we have to bring it up. I'm sorry if it's to bring up bad memories, man, but Dishsoap was in prime position to secure his qualifier world spot. For people who don't know, the number 1 player from each sub-region gets a guaranteed world spot on the line if they have enough qualifier points. And Dishsoap just needed to make it far enough. Didn't have to actually win or anything like that, but far enough because of his fantastic Cups 1-2 performance as well as his snapshots. But because he got day 1, he needed like perfect outcomes for that to happen, and it didn't. Although a couple things did happen. Like Greya, for example, was also in contention. So him getting day 1 was a big deal. Pokégon was in contention. Him getting day 2 was a big deal. So Sox was actually not really supposed to be the heir apparent for the inheritance of winning that world spot. So he actually got very, very fortunate that his 3 main competitors all got knocked out in days 1 and day 2.
Yeah, I mean, having that storyline as part of the tournament was really, really fun. It was like super fun to track throughout, and a really exciting final day sequence as well. So I'm really glad that's part of the competitive format. I think that's like one of the rare bright spots of what happened format-wise this set, because it was really, really hype, and I'm so happy for Sox. I mean, what an incredible run from him this set to be the top overall performer in the world's strongest region for the entire set is bananas.
Yeah. Now, that's not completely squared away for every player or every region. So Brazil, Babzera is far ahead of Eagle Illusions by 14 points. But there is a world where, like Bab0 makes the final lobby, gets 50 points, Eagle Illusions gets final lobby, 50 points. Bab0 goes dead last, and there's like a 20-point swing. It's still potentially on the table, but Bab0 is almost guaranteed. But look at Altanahwe and Michael, dead heats, 229 apiece. So it's whoever does better at regionals gets that spot for LATAM guaranteed, and that's really exciting going to the final event. I love this portion of the qualifier points race.
Yeah, super cool. That's gonna be a fun mini game for the entirety of regionals. It's just are they both still in, and how are they doing relative to each other?
Yeah. Speaking of Michael, he did announce that he was part of a new team alongside Replay, Relic, and Robin. Toronto Ultra did announce their roster of 4, which was kind of random. Does anybody know like the Toronto Ultra, like what they're famous for? By any chance?
For picking up people
They're
from
like
Toronto.
really coy.
No. They're wait. Actually, are they a local team? I don't think so. They're like Call of Duty team, right?
Is Toronto Ultra the Call of Duty franchise team that was bought by Overactive Media?
Yeah, I
Who's
feel
Overactive?
like they were.
It's a Canadian. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I'm sorry. I was asking because I was wondering if anybody was aware of them. But yeah, I think they're a multi-time CDL winning organization. But so they're getting into TFT. Felt kind of out of the blue, but hey, I mean, more orgs getting involved, it'd be cool, right? They have to start somewhere. It's clear that's going to be picked up for the Esports World Cup. This is where I was hoping to bring the EWC conversation, but Milk kind of got us a little bit early, jumping on the gun. But
Milk is following this schedule exactly. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. My client is innocent.
It's cool to see a fusion of NA and a LATAM roster, though. Like Robin, Relic, replayed Michael. I just did not really see. I knew that they were a team, obviously, from EWC, but it's still kind of crazy. I want to ask Milk Prestivent, was there any behind the scenes stories of how this roster came about?
Yeah, it was forced because the format was so bad that they forced like all the NA teams to disband and like merge with whatchamacallit, like other regions to like have enough points.
Yeah,
and that's why Pegon lost his spot. That's why like Greya and TL lost their spot. Basically, like NA has so many good players, right, and so many good teams, but they just all had to like disband right before.
Yeah,
because they just. But
it's basically because of how they did the points. It was too hard to score points consistently if you were an NA player. So very few NA players brought a lot of.
And not only just that, but the thing is, also there was also Vegas. In Vegas, you might as well like. It's basically you get 500 people, you almost like just give points out at random, and that's what Vegas was.
I don't think
so
it's
like
true random for what it's.
No, not true random, but like more.
I get
random.
where you're coming from. You have hundreds of NA players that are entering.
Okay, for example, Crowan has more points than Robin, Spencer, P-God, Goobums, Socks, Asa, Greya, probably like a lot. Like I don't think Crowan has played the game since like I don't know, man.
Yeah, because he went farther in Vegas. That's why. But you're saying like because there's too many points spread out. Yes, the amount of net North American points was high, but like no one can really make a team because they won't qualify.
Yes,
they need to just make a qualifier bigger. Is just the reality of the situation.
No, they can just do fucking fucking ladder step shots. Honestly, call it a day.
I don't know if that actually solves the problem. I don't know that because it's
also just merge the regions, man. Like if we're gonna do this stupid, if we're gonna merge regions, might as well merge into one region, man. Just tell everyone to play on the same server. Like this shit is the worst. Like the split for the last split for regionals is 5-4-4. Like what the fuck is that?
5-4-4 of what?
For regionals, for ladder spots, it's 5-4-4. We get 5, Brazil gets 4, Latin America gets 4.
Okay, so we have the most slots.
Now look at EU. Like, have you seen the EU distribution?
Okay, so
like it's not remotely close.
It's
to
EMEA
us.
First of all, but tell me the distribution of EMEA.
I don't know, but like Russia, that's the fucking split is definitely not 5-4-4 ratio. I think they're like it's like I think it's like 10-2-2-1, and ours is 5-4-4.
Yes, but that's because their population of their servers are much smaller. Isn't the Brazilian population server like pretty big in TFT?
I refuse to believe it's 5-4-4 ratio.
Okay.
You gotta put. Like, is it only like population? Because like there's no like region skill involved.
I mean, the reality is, no one is happy with the merge because they also lose their regional, so to speak, right? Because if they have to combine with Americas, and stay with me, Milk, before you interrupt, they used to have like 16, 24 players in their Brazilian finals, right? In their Latin finals. So they're losing their spots as well to qualify for their path to the championship and so on and so forth. So I think because of the merge, they wanted to make it feel like because if they start off, let's say they do something crazy, like an 8-2-2 split or something like that, or like a 9-2-2 split, even if that's like what you think is fair, doesn't that just kill their region? Like, it feels like, okay, like they have nothing to play.
I think they just merge. We just all merge into one region and just play on the same server and just call it a day, man.
Who's we?
Americas. So they're merging.
I'm in favor. I actually agree with the combining servers within regions thing. I think if you're gonna do ladder qualification, snapshots, etc., everyone should be playing from the same playing field.
You mean everyone has to play on like NA or something like that?
Yes,
because we're doing that for the tournaments anyway. So if you're gonna say it's an integrity thing, it's like wasn't it a much bigger deal in the tournaments?
I mean, that's
I
a lot.
don't think they're gonna do it because I think Riot derives value from maintaining the separate sub-regional servers, and I don't think that they're incentivized.
I mean, they don't problem with that doing it in EU though. It's like EU, everyone playing EU, I think, or something.
They do regionalized competitions a lot of the time, and it all feeds into it. But the regionalized competitions is if you don't make it via ladder. So it's like the ladder snapshots happen. If you don't make it, you play in like a sub-regional, and then you use a sub-regional to get into the cups.
And there's also for like EU, there's no like you know Dishop has like more points than like a lot of people from like other regions. Sure. So so Dishop should get like the slot probably instead of like someone else. And like EU doesn't have that. It's like someone from Russia isn't guaranteed a spot, for example, and someone from Africa isn't guaranteed a spot. Basically, what I'm saying is I just want EU to send the worst people of worlds, so it's more fair.
They already do that. What do you mean?
No, they're just bad. Like they're not saying they're like a worse player.
Oh, you want them to send even worse people to Worlds?
Aren't you guys friends with the EU? I'm gonna pull up some script stats here.
I'm just fucking kidding.
They're like
it was a layup. I could not.
Shout out to Prestivent. This is the hard work that Prestivent has done to put on tournament organizers. Prestivent, explain to me what I'm looking at exactly. Like, how did the scrim blocks actually pan out this week?
Oh wait, what are you looking at? That doesn't look like mine.
Oh, that's like your old version.
If you scroll down, like if you go into that dock and you go under, I like organized it in that.
Oh shit! This show W.
So it's like it's you can.
Oh, it's not sorted. Yeah, Digital has 35 points. Let me see. I have 3 screenshots. Here's another one.
All the other ones should be.
Who is Little Bear?
This is day 3. This is today.
This was today's scrims. Okay, so who is Little Bear?
Oh, I also added like the region if you want to like take another screenshot. I don't know if you want to do that. Like I had the region next to each person's name.
Is it EU?
It'll be easier for you to.
Can you put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, you put it right here.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. Put it in the chat. Put it in the
day
chat.
3.
Okay.
Oh, like your Twitch chat.
Yeah, no. Not my Twitch chat. Right here.
Okay.
Oh really? No.
Okay,
this was today's.
I got confirmed. Milk and Peacock. You guys.
Little Bear is APAC. EMEA is 2 and 3, and then Americas is Dish Soap, Milk, and Setsuko. And
this was today.
This was today.
Yeah, but we're probably the only NA players.
Wait, I played.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
Oh,
that's been there in 17.
Yeah. There's only 5.
Spencer's there in 21st.
So APAC beat you guys. So are you here to confirm APAC's strongest region?
Okay, we have 5 players, and they also went 22, 23, 24, man.
You have more players. You have more than players.
Do we?
5. Yeah.
And this was.
Oh, we don't count like the other Americas though.
I mean, why not? If they're the only people left to defend against the turf in EU, like let's imagine a scenario where all of NA low rolls at Worlds, and it's up to LATAM and Brazil to stop EU from winning another Worlds. Aren't we cheering for LATAM and Brazil?
I am, for sure.
I am, yes. Yeah.
Milk,
I think Milk's having an internal dialogue right now.
Are we?
I mean, I guess that's a personal choice for you, but I'm definitely going to be keep up Brazil.
100%. Oh, come on. You guys are chatting like saying I'm cheering for EU. I mean, it's because some of you guys are EU viewers. That's why.
It depends who's there.
I like EU people.
Yeah, my ranking.
I like some EU people too.
is NA gap America, like other America's players, small gap EU. But like I root for EU as
Interesting.
well.
You guys are friendly with EU then. I see.
Yeah.
I mean, EU sucks, but like, you know, like I'm friends with them still.
Yeah, exactly. Precedent summarized my position perfectly.
Yeah. They're nice people.
Wait, the thing is, we can't talk about EU because like the how slots is distributed. Like they're probably gonna like end up doing. They're coming up though, on like for sure. On like
It's
they're winning more
also
worlds.
worth noting that you guys signed with an EU org.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, like I do think
EU or because they're the EU.
EU has a higher chance to win world probably this set than like NA does.
Well, because they have
I'm
so many
kidding.
slots. I mean, eventually,
Yeah.
if they give them so many players.
Yeah, law of averages, blind squirrels and acorns and broken clocks and all
I'm
that
looking
stuff.
at another scrims blog. This is from day 2, I think. And
Yeah.
I'm seeing
Just look
no
at this show. Look at this
NA
show.
players. What
I
happened?
just look at the bottom half. Look at the bottom half.
Yeah,
Look at the
I'm
bottom
looking
half.
at this scrim block. EMEA, Enzo, Michael, Latam, Wet Jungler, Germany, Bintum. You guys lost to Bintum in scrims.
Yeah, but look at where Dishop is. 21, man.
Bro, I was like,
Disgusting.
what happened?
Dissoap 21, Milk 20, Setsuko at 16, Spencer at 15.
Day 2 is yesterday, right?
Yeah, so day 3 is today, day 2 is yesterday, day 1 is
Wasn't
Day
he
before
just,
yesterday.
wasn't
Thank you,
Dishop, like
President.
wasn't he limit testing? Didn't you say he was playing the same line over and over again yesterday?
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, are you supposed to say that out loud on the podcast, Bryce?
Well, I'm not saying which line.
Yeah, but still okay.
I
don't know
what information? Like the notion of someone limit testing in scrims. That's like, holy moly! Someone limit tested in scrims. My God.
Leakers. We found it. It was the attorney all along. Okay, is APAC just actually cracked? They have half the lobby in the final top 8 is APAC. Is APAC good? What do we think, Prestivent? Is APAC actually underrated?
Oh, I mean, I feel like. Wait, I don't think they're underrated. I feel like APAC has good players, but like the average APAC is like respectfully like trash.
Respectfully.
You can't just say something like that just because you had
No,
you had
you
respectfully. You're not supposed to say something like that.
No. Listen, I went to law school, and in law school, they teach you if you lead with respectfully or no flame or anything along those lines, everything you say after it doesn't count.
Oh,
Yeah, law school is a
I mean,
sham. Confirmed.
of course, APAC has like really good players. Like every region has has like, you know, like really good players.
Yeah,
It's just like the depth.
they have a
of
depth
it.
issue. Got it.
Yeah,
got it.
Name- Name all of the players in APAC that you would consider to be really good.
okay. I mean, I can't do that. But like the thing is, it's like APAC is like a 1 foot pool, and then EU is like a 2 foot pool, and then America is like NA is like a 6 foot pool.
Yep.
Your height exactly, 6 feet tall.
Mhm.
Okay, well, either way, scrims are not going great for NA. We are getting cleared, but that's okay. I mean, I guess we're doing all right. I showed you guys some of the scrims.
What do you
for
mean?
day
Dishop
one.
Day 1, man. Dishop 1 Day 1.
Dishop 1 day 1. Oh, right. I don't have the actual correct
There's
screenshot.
3 regions. We won
I
once.
sent the
Guys, you
first
can't
thing
just
I
keep hiding behind Dishop every single time, man. What about your results? Where are you? You're at your 8th? Oh, that's not bad. 8th out of 16.
I sent the day 1 like a better screenshot.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, I see. Okay, let me give me a sec. I'll replace it.
Oh yeah. Also, where Waging is. Waging at 33, man.
Day 1, what's called day 1. We didn't have 24 players. We only had 16.
Okay. So this is the day 1 results. Oh yeah, Dishop number 1, Wage number 3.
Yeah, all America players top 8.
Look at the APAC at the bottom. The bot.
Yeah,
is
it's true.
pretty brutal.
They full stacked. Abzera is struggling in scrims. Okay.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah.
He got rated really highly in our upcoming rankings, which we're about to transition to. But again, these are scrims. Take it for a grain of salt. I think how Milk and Prestivent fantasy draft is going to be a lot more indicative of where they actually think players are, as opposed to where the scrims say they are. But let's go ahead and transition to the rankings. And before we do that, we go ahead and show the snubbed list of the people who received votes but did not place. And so with that, let's go ahead and pull up the players who got the votes outside of the top 15. So Relic is the first person that's outside by just a few points. Tex Summers, Ripple Overdrive, Camberley, and Spencer. So that's like a group of 5 players. And then below them, Philip, Koala, Sobio, Asa, Bruce, and JD Shalinsky. Are there any surprises here, Bryce, in your opinion?
I think Spencer is criminally underrated, personally. He's not really on the radar. So this was the most balanced ballot we've ever had. So just to put in perspective, we had Altanahwe, Toddy, Relic, Slooper, VCLF, Fritz, and Michael all submitted ballots. So 7 of the 15 ballots are actually from other parts of the Americas. And Spencer was overlooked largely by those ballots. He was not rated by Altanahwe. He was not rated by Relic. He was pretty low on he was not rated by Slooper or VCLF or Fritz. And I think that he's just a player that he's kind of part of the history of NA, but he's not streaming a bunch. He's not like kind of on their radar. But if you look at his performance over the course of the set, he's been one of the most consistently strong players, and the pedigree is there as well. I was going to pull up his AVP. He's averaged a 3.67 in tournament games this set. It's one of the best AVPs of any player. I just think he's not on their radar. He absolutely should be in everyone's top 15 ballot for this regionals.
Okay.
Wait, I don't agree.
Oh,
You don't think he's
I promise. Spencer's like in our group.
interesting.
I don't agree because like normally like I do agree with something like he should always be on it, but it's like he's like not really like invested into this regional. He's like
Fair.
He's played more League than he has TFT in like the past like few
that
days.
is true. I see him on Summer's
So
every
it's like-
night.
So that's why I
He's
don't.
a
I don't,
LeBlanc
like,
player.
but the thing about a ballot
Can you
like
transition that into my segment?
No, give yourself another 15 minutes, Milk. We're going to be there eventually. But Peacock, for what's worth, I don't think that these ballots are based on that. I don't think these people.
Okay.
You're his friend, so you know like exactly how locked in he is and how much league he's playing.
Well,
I don't think any of these people do.
To be fair, I think a lot of that is felt in the way they see them on ladder, because one thing is really true about these Brazilian LATAM players. They actually grind on NA to practice. They grind on LATAM and Brazil for their snapshots, but once they sit. They just play the decay games. They're done playing on that server. They play almost exclusively on NA after that for a big portion of their practice. And so they're not seeing Spencer, and they're scrimming against him in some situations and not like getting the results. Then that's just the vibe check. So in general, LATAM and Brazil are down on players like Spencer. They're down. They don't really rate people like Ripple and Camby very highly, or Phillip, and that's because they just don't have that fear factor compared to the top players in NA, because there are a group of NA players that got unanimously voted across the board, and these are the players that make the most sense. In fact, the people in our top 4 are all people who did get votes across the board, except for one player. But we'll bring that up in just a second. I guess we might as well just go ahead and transition to that. So here is our top 15, our combined regional top 15. At number 1, we got Dish Soap, which was pretty highly regarded across the entirety. Almost everyone from NA rated him number 1. I believe everyone did, actually. And the people that didn't rank him number 1 were a lot of people who voted for like maybe some homer picks. Like, so for example, like Tody voted Babzera number 1 because he just really believes in Babzera being very strong, but he put Dishsoap number 2. So a lot of respect for Dishsoap at a clear number 1. Setsuko at number 2, and Riri played not far behind him, actually. Just a couple of ballot changes. Maybe Riri play gets that second place. And a little bit further behind are Wajan. Those are the 4 people who got all votes across every ballot across the board. And I think that makes sense, Bryce.
Yeah, I think overall, I wasn't surprised to see how the ballot shook out. I think Sox is purely off of pedigree. I don't think Sox belongs in the top 15. He's said during the interview that we had after he won the Cup 3 that he's basically not going to pay attention at all or prep at all. Mm-hmm. When I did my player interviews, I think he's going to have 1 day of prep for this regional. So if Sox performs, he actually is the god of TFT.
Yeah. I think people are doing it out of respect for his seasonal performance more than anything. Babzera, the highest LATAM/Brazilian or non-NA player at number 5. He is the player most likely to go to Worlds for Brazil. Michael from Chile, from LATAM at number 6. Pakigam and Gray at 7-8, holding strong. Those are kind of where they actually live in the North America only power ranking. So that's a really interesting thing. Gray specifically gets a lot of respect from outside the region. So we're talking about people outside the region aren't respecting Spencer, but they respect Grea. Just food for thought. Ego Illusions at number 9 for Brazil. Milk at number 10. Milk, do you feel like that's fair?
A little lower.
You think?
I think I should be below Peacock at least.
You put Prestivent at second. You put Prestivent at second on the ballots.
Yeah, I don't know. Pigod's number 14. Like, I don't think that they're so good that Pigod's 14. I think Pigod is the biggest standout here. Like, how the fuck is Pigod 14? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's because Prestivent has people who omit him from the. He kind of has like a hot and cold radar. Like people who omit him are giving him a lot of solid points, and we're gonna put up the ballots. I just realized.
How's Pigod below half these people?
Well, to Dan's point, he got left off a bunch of ballots. So he got left off of most of the non-NA ballots. So Altanakwe, Toddy, Relic, Slooper, VCLF, none of those people rated him at all.
Oh, okay.
So and that's what's so interesting about when you throw 7 new rankers in the mix from outside of NA. It's a different perspective.
There's only 30 people at regionals though.
Lower. I'd rather be rated lower.
The thing is, how can you even name 15? I don't even know 15 people at heart like that in this tournament. So, like,
yeah, you do. Don't be.
I do. But like,
you probably don't know like 8 people.
That's lower than Pigod.
I also rank lower than higher.
Also, I'm pretty sure like some of the people on the snub list should be on here. But
Who do you think should be on here?
Who do you think?
Like half of them? I don't know. There's like half of them probably better.
I'm pretty sure Relic should be on it. I feel like Relic is.
He missed by a few points for what.
Yeah, he's right there.
I mean, in my opinion, I think Relic is better than a chunk of people.
Where do you think he should be?
Who do you think Relic is better than on this list?
I'm not gonna say names.
Yes, you are, man. You're on the fucking podcast. Let's go.
I'm not going to say names.
I thought I had him. I thought if I just sounded really confident, he would just be like, okay, fine.
No, I'm not trying to have a target on my back by these other people.
You don't want to talk
some shit? The one thing I know about Prestivent is that he's very afraid to say anything bad about any Brazilian players. That is one thing for a fact. He is...
I mean, I think Relic is better than a lot of the the non-NA people.
Wait, also, can I ask someone from Brazil? Does BR not think does Eagle Lucas suck now? By the way, or is he not good anymore? Or what?
He in general he hasn't been putting up results. He does well domestically, but he doesn't do well outside of Brazil.
He got no votes.
It's a general sentiment.
Also, BR thinks he sucks then.
We had 3 Brazilian ballots in Bapzera, Ego, and VCLF, and none of them rated him at all.
Okay. I was asking because I
would probably put Lucas towards the bottom tier.
Oh really?
Based off of how other people's his results, players' opinions of him, and his
results are fake though.
I mean, they're not that fake.
But they're one thing on top of. They can't all be fake. If it's mounting evidence.
If your move set 10, this show has 0 results.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Wait, what? Really?
Wins,
yeah, that's actually very.
But he has results. His AVP is good.
Yes, he got second in a bunch of tournaments, including like mid set. He got second. He got mid set in top. He got 4th in the mid set. And like if those cards fall differently, remember mid set winner goes to Worlds. So it's entirely possible that this will have made Worlds multiple times.
Dan, are you gonna pull up the individual? Do you have like the overall thing?
I do. Did the ballots?
Yeah,
I just want to walk through this and give them their due because it's cool. It's the first time we ever had an international power rankings here on this podcast. So, Altanakwe is considered LATAM's historical best player, but you can kind of see the thing is trending more towards belief in Michael, kind of the new hot streak player that a lot of people are putting their faith behind. VCLF, mainstay in Brazilian play. He has a lot of confidence going to this event. Sox at 13, Prestivent, and who's been kind of playing a little bit on the newer side. He's been only playing, I think, set 6 or set 7.
Fritz makes this list on the back of rating himself number 1 overall, 15 points on his self ballot. It's the replay tech. It's the replay tech.
You see it right there, right? Fritz put himself number 1, 15 points, and as a result, he makes the rankings.
That's what keeps Relic off is Fritz's ballot 100%.
Yeah. Only 4 people voted for Fritz. But Prestivent's one of them. And Prestivent in fact, Prestivent, if you put Fritz's points away, actually it would have been 1 off, but it was really close. You almost were the tiebreaker between Relic making it or not.
Oh, I voted for both of them, right?
You did. You voted for Prestivent, you voted for Fritz, and you voted for Relic.
Fritz's stuff is actually really interesting because he was left off of most ballots, but if you take away P-Gods, he's puts himself first. Michael put him 3rd, and Altanakwe put him 6th,
right.
7th.
And which makes sense too, because there's and that's partially why we wanted it like a little bit half we had like half the ballots be from out of region, just so we can get that representation in. Otherwise, if I think we did all NA, maybe like one player from each region would make it to the top 15, and that's just
okay, I'm looking at this. I'm not a ban Al Hunahay from doing the voting.
Al Tanakwe?
I'm not.
Because he put Sox number 1.
Okay, I don't know. I see Setsuko. I'm not going to ban him. I'm not going to ban him.
Setsuko.
I'm not going to ban him, man.
Setsuko.
Like, there's just the guy gets her voting rights removed, man.
I mean, his ballot, like, aside from the Sox vote, doesn't seem that bad to me.
What about Setsuko?
Wait, who?
Oh, he did rank Setsuko really low.
He put Setsuko at
He put him
10th.
really low.
He put Setsuko at 10th.
Okay. He put Setsuko at 10th and he put Milk at 15th.
Milk put himself at 15th though.
Yeah, I'll put myself. I'm not right now.
No, does that.
No. This is not actual play though.
I'm down to strictly remove.
No, but like Setsuko's low too, though.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I agree.
Relic wants to know why he was the only person who voted for Linsky. Who the fuck is Linsky?
JD's Linsky.
I've never watched him play.
Yeah, are we abbreviating him to Linsky? Is that his fucking nickname now? Can that stick?
I don't watch J.D. Linsky play, so I don't have any opinion.
Okay,
I couldn't rank anyone. I haven't watched anyone play.
That's not true, but
I mean, like, I've never watched any of the BR people or like the Americas. I don't know how to rank them. Like,
yeah, fair enough. That is true. Why are players like J.D. Linsky only getting a couple of votes? I think it's because a lot of people just there's like, I think people don't watch the lower tier of the best regions play. They just want to watch the best. Like when I watch China, I watch like 7 to 6 players play, and that's it. And if you ask me about like the quality of players after that, it's kind of a guessing game. So if we did like a combined regionals, like maybe the 10th place player in China actually is better than some other players, but I wouldn't know. And I think JD's kind of in that tier of like players like how many people from Latin and Brazil are going to be like watching JD? And I think there's just not that many. So I think a lot of these players kind of suffer from that, especially the ones that don't stream. Like how are people supposed to know how good Philip is or Bruce? Like these guys are just complete mysteries. You only look at their results and your instinct.
Setsuko 6 points.
Yeah.
But Relic also put him a little bit lower too. He's the only he put him like 7th.
I mean, okay, like.
Oh wait, I forgot the BR people don't like Setsu. Never mind. I give back.
He's not BR.
He's not Brazilian. He's Argentinian.
Like Setsuko 6th or what is it?
Hold on, I want to defend Brazil here. The Brazilian player put Setsuko 1. VCLF put Setsuko 1.
Oh, I mean, yeah. One Brazilian player has some respect for Setsuko.
I mean, no, he got respect across the BR ballots. There's 3 BR ballots, and he was rated highly on all of those ballots.
Oh, so it's just one.
Not a BR
that did.
Yeah. But I will say that all of the 4 North American players that are top 4 got votes across the board. Like no one left them off.
Yeah. I think it's cool to see. I think it's cool to see that we've seen replay get disrespected at a bunch of kind of NA only ballots, and when you broaden and you basically split it 50% NA, 50% Americas players, other regions, his overall stats, like this is the highest I can remember replay being ranked, and he's barely short of Setsuko. He's only 5 points short of Setsuko.
So
I hate Setsuko.
Huh?
Don't some just hate Setsuko, that's the main reason why?
No, they don't. I mean, like they also underrate. Like replay's worst rankings are from people out of region. Just putting it out there. So it cuts both ways. Like Slooper disrespects replay, but if you to believe that highly. Putting him there is disrespectful.
I feel like replay should be. I put replay number 2.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like... He went up on every ballot, but you're right. His lowest rankings are all out of region.
I want to hear from Prestivent though. Why did you put replay number 2?
Oh, well, I feel like when it comes to like a tournament that matters, he's really good.
And that's it.
Like,
that's it. You just by historical.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean like regionals. I feel like he's like a really like confident too. Like on my list, but I mean it's like respectfully, bro. I swear I feel like regular season replay. Like I'm just like mind blown sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that disrespectfully. It's crazy how bad replay looks when he's not playing.
You guys.
If he's not, most good players when they're devoting 80%, 90%, 70%, 60%, it doesn't even matter. They still look pretty good. When replay is devoting anything less than 100% of his mental acuity to TFT, it looks fucking real sus.
But I think when he logs in, he's really, really good.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fair. And we hold like Soju to the same standard because Soju looks awful for a big portion of the set when he's actually just straight up trolling.
Another thing, like he's kind of like Soju.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we rate Soju
higher...
pretty highly when he's in form, specifically. So, food for thought.
Replay clearly, it's similar vibes. The Replay clearly outperforms Soju if you just like stack their tournament resumes for the last 4 sets.
Oh, but they're like both similar and like like, they're good when they lock it.
Yep.
Yeah. It is worth noting though, kind of like what you said, depending on who you're asking and a couple of battle exclusions, like if Altanakwe and all these other Latin players aren't rating stocks so highly, then people like Tech Summers, who actually gets a lot of respect from people who are like out of the region as well, potentially makes it as well. So it's really interesting to see how this ends up changing. But look, the reality is, I think if we do end up combining regions, we might expand to a top 20. Top 15 feels too hard to do if we're going to be having a bunch of more players influx joining the ecosystem. So if we do end up moving to an international system for set 12, I think we're probably going to extend to top 20, and the cutoff would be...
And we're going to, right?
I mean, that's the plan, but, don't under-promise, over-deliver, Bryce. Come on.
Okay.
Work with me here.
I like it.
Okay. Any other overarching notes about the power rankings that we want to bring up here before we move on to Milk's segment?
Run the clip!
Wait, what?
We're not there yet. We're not there yet, but I wanted to see like...
wait, what? I'm half asleep, sorry.
Don't worry, he's about to wake the fuck up.
I mean, I was watching Milk scrims. He was definitely asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, agreed.
No, because the thing is, like, once you play too many scrims, it's just too much. It's just like, bro, you can't fucking focus every game, man. Come on.
Well, because you just play games. Are you VOD reviewing your own games? You don't VOD review.
Lightly.
Okay. So you actually do. Interesting.
Yeah, I downloaded, what's the thing called? For EWC.
Outplayed.
Okay.
I haven't seen Milk VOD review yet. Originals.
Did Milk die?
Yeah, his cam is frozen. Rest in peace, Milk. Okay, he'll probably rejoin. So yeah, shout out to Babzera, Michael, Ego, Altanakwe, VCLF, Fritz. I mean, this is a good amount of players that are showing that they show a lot of potential. But yeah, don't sleep on some of these people who are just on the outside looking in, especially the top 4, I would say. I am going to cut between Cam and Spencer for the same reasons Prestivent just mentioned. Relic, Tex,
IDC.
Ripple, and Cam.
No
worries. No, you missed anything. I was just wrapping up the segment because we're about to go into Agree, because these power rankings, yes, that's how we voted, but that was actually like a day or two ago. Maybe that changes for the upcoming fantasy. But before we do that, we're going to do Agree, and it's going to be based off of the Dev Learnings article. I don't know if you guys read it, but at the very end of each set, and this is a good thing, by the way, Mortdog and Riot released their learnings about set 11, and they talk about design, they talk about balance, they talk about mechanics. And so let's go ahead and bring up the first Agree based off this article. And the first is hero augments has ended up being wildly successful. And we're paraphrasing because it's pretty jumbled. We can't put the whole block of text up there.
Wait, what?
With players deeply enjoying these augments. This requires tight bounds, but we think we can get there, and it will be worth it for a better experience. Let's start off. Like, Milk, you sounded very vocal, so Milk, agree?
I think it's horrible. Okay, has anyone here read the word? Has anyone here seen York scaling or like some of these champion? Like, the thing is, like, you know how Garen was like broken? Instead of nerfing a champion augment, do you know what they do? They just nerf Garen. And you know York, like that unit does like I remember Dishope. He took Stars of Born and made a York too. Like I'm pretty sure he should get reported for that game. Like, that unit literally does nothing. Because, like, if you read the scaling, these bounce everything around the hero augments, and it makes the units dead. And also, half times, you know these fucking orn items? They average in the 2s. The combinations. Either your spot's all for it, or it's beyond broken. Because, like, why, like, you have the worst spot, and then you have 3 copies unit. Like, half times you have a Garen 2, right? And he gives you another Garen 2, and you have 6 Garens, and then you just fucking go fast down, you win the game. And look how much average in 2s. They're like, they're okay with that. And not only that, but it's like, also, Nico, it's like, if you have, like, a lot of Nikos, it's also broken. It's like, the thing is, they just do a really bad job balancing it, and also, or, like, especially Orn always made it 10 times worse than it should be.
I mean, Nico's not that bad of a unit. Shen's not that bad of a unit, but you're saying
but I'm saying
that
the halftime is so broken with the orange shit that is just stupid. Like, if you click this and click that, you win the game.
Dishope said, I misclicked the augment and then panicked that scrim. So he said it was a
Oh
miss.
no, Sean, we could tell he
Okay,
misclicked.
okay, but the thing is, that shouldn't be the case. That should not be your fault. That should be the balancer's fault that York is so bad. Because, like, York is balanced around the hero augment, and the unit does literally nothing besides the hero augment. Like, they balance around the hero augments for the units, and, like, yeah. I think it did better. It could be done better. Also, they waited fucking 10 years to nerf Garen.
10 years? I think they just nerfed it in the next patch.
Oh, the thing is, the assassin didn't move, though, when the first nerf.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Wait, the first.
I believe it did, but
And then
it's
it
still
came
S
back.
tier. It's still S tier. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that Milk would disagree with this statement. Let's hear from Prestivent.
Wait, more. I'm not debating you today. Can we get more on here for the debate?
I don't think Mort. Oh, I don't know if Milk. Oh wait, Mort is here. He says
Mort is here. Mort from
says,
the top
"Shut the
rope
fuck up,
out
Milk."
of nowhere.
Okay, also, for context, I exaggerate a lot. So when I say 10 years, I just mean, like,
Yeah, we know.
you know?
You meant 10 days.
Yeah.
Prestivent.
Like, I exaggerate everything.
That-
It's
that-
like,
I
you
think
know,
that is
what I
clear.
hate about Riot? They always, like, exaggerate, but, like... So, like, they'll say, like, downtime, 10 hours. But they really think it's 1 hour. They know it's 1 hour. But they'll say, like, 10 hours. So you're never, like, disappointed. I hate
That's
that
not
shit.
exaggerating.
Okay, that's
They're-
not- wait.
Go ahead, Bryce.
That's not exaggeration. That's a very basic philosophy of under promise, over deliver.
Yes, I hate those people.
Which is exactly what Dan
hate
literally
those
just
people.
said. Dan literally just said that when I was like, "Well, we're gonna do the whole Americas." Like, yeah, but under promise, over deliver, right? Like, we don't know for sure. I think that's fine. I don't think that's a problem. Because Milk, the thing is, if they think it's gonna be an hour and they say an hour and then it's an hour and 1 minute.
Yes,
all
but the thing is,
internet,
no, but the thing is, I already factor that in. I already factor in the fact that they say, I already factor in when they say 10 hours, I mentally factor 1 hour. So I already factored it in.
Okay, but
so I get tilted. That's not 1 hour. 1 hour.
You do.
When they say 10 hours.
Let's just put it this way: the number of people that are getting tilted because they say 10 hours and then it's actually an hour, very low in comparison to the number of people who, if they say an hour and then it's an hour and 5 minutes, you got a lot of tilted motherfuckers. So they're just playing the numbers there.
So they lie.
They're not lying. They're just being conservative in their estimates.
Yeah, they're estimating, and they're being very hyper conservative because player sentiment matters almost more. Player sentiment does matter more than reality in a lot of cases. Which I think it's hard to disagree with that. Like a lot of things could look balanced, but doesn't feel balanced. A lot of things could look like it's in a good, healthy state, but it could actually be bad, and vice versa. So I think that part we can agree upon. That doesn't have anything to do with disagree. We can start a new topic maybe after this if you want, but I want to go to Prestivent. I've been trying to go for it. Prestivent, what do you think about this statement? Do you think hero augments end up being successful? And but like it requires tight balance. And what do you think about this statement?
I am not like a fan of, okay, and from a competitive standpoint, I'm not a fan of hero augments, but like a for fun standpoint, I am. So it's like I don't know. I think it's not good for competitive.
Okay,
But like
okay.
but like purely for fun, then yeah. It's
But
good.
they should exist in your mind for the game. Then you're saying you're making a clear delineation for the game versus for competitive.
I'm down for it to not exist in the game, and if they want it to exist in the game, we can just give like a game mode with like Penku Party or something. Or it's like hero augments.
Milk wants to
And
jump
then
back
like-
in.
Yeah, yes. Also, historically, they've done a really bad job of hero augments. Most of the time, it's either really broken or it's completely unclickable. And that's a fact.
I
Most of the
do
time.
agree with that.
I'm
Like,
having
yeah,
a hard time actually disagreeing with that because it's not that like unclickable to you guys means something different. I do want to say one thing. Unclickable is a different definition for you compared to a lot of other people because it can succeed at different elos, but you're saying like for the competitive purposes it's unclickable. Bryce, what do you think about this?
Okay. So I have like what I think, but then there's the actual like statement. So the statement, it ended up being wildly successful. People have fun with them. It requires tight balance. I think I actually do agree with that. I think that a lot of people do find them to be very fun, like really do enjoy this play pattern. And if we can fiat good balance, then I think probably the experience overall is pretty positive. But I think that's a very big assumption. When they say it requires tight balance, what the what they actually mean is, at some point in time during the set, it is very likely that a large percentage of these augments will be completely broken at the level where you can just pick them on 2-1 with no copies of the unit and no item direction or other unit direction that makes sense. And it's correct. The decision is actually good in that moment. Because it's really hard with balancing. Balance TFT is really hard. There's a lot of variables you're controlling for. It's very hard to not accidentally wind up in that game state at some point for most of the hero augments. I don't think there was ever a moment this set where that was the case for Midnight Siphon or Drop Blossom, though, so it's not like I think it's going to be true for 100% of them. For me, I think I really hate this play pattern. I really don't like you click an augment on 2-1 and like the direction of your game is just so freaking clear. But if it's a low percentage of games and if people are enjoying it, I think that in a vacuum, while I am personally happier with TFT if there's no hero augments, I think overall it's probably fine for them to be in the game. But I think that this assuming balance is like, that's never going to happen. You're going to design them every set. There's going to be huge periods where they're unclickable, huge periods where they're completely turbo broken, and then rarer periods where they're actually in the state they're in right now, which is like mostly okay. Mostly, not all the way.
So I agree with the statement pretty hardly. I think that hero augments, if you just look at chat reaction, if you look at the way people engage with TFT content is successful. I think if you're like, well, hero augments suck for competitive, I think that argument holds almost no water to me, because in reality, a lot of people like gravitating towards hero augments a lot because they do want direction. They do want something that's really simple. They love power fantasy. Think about it from like even the people who come from League of Legends. They play one champion. They want one champion to carry. Their dream is to be like a hero augment and watch that kind of play out in their simulation of battle. There's a lot of good things that hero augments do. It's also hype in some ways, especially if they're not good. I think the way I lean towards hero augments is I kind of want them to be slightly underpowered almost always, because then it kind of means like, can you actually make this work? And if you do get something and you do get a good placement with it and you can find a way to pop off with it, then it feels really rewarding. And you get to watch like for example, let's say like what's the most hype thing that people like to watch right now, which is like probably Teemo reroll. But if Teemo was like a hero augment and super broken, no one would be hyped for that. People love it when it's slightly weak and it's kind of a more woke slime. So
that was literally Volibear, man.
Yeah.
And
there's moments where Milk can admit that as well. And there's a lot of when the boss was a hero augment and it was kind of weak, people love that as well. So there's. I think Shen was really fun this set. Shen is probably still too OP, but like in general, it was a really fun power fantasy. I think hero augments should exist. Anyone who says like hero augments are just bad for the game are just not thinking critically about what players want, what actually makes a diverse play pattern, because Bryce is talking about he hates the play pattern, but he recognizes that it can exist in the game. And TFT is at its worst when there's only one style of play. You guys love forecast, right? You guys are, forecast are so skill expressive. I want to do all this economic and roll and stuff. But the forecast, like, don't do anything until level 8 roll down was so boring. It was so boring. Everyone played the same tempo. You do not roll at all before stage 4, and you just roll for forecast. That was boring, even though that was a good way to play.
All of that is because they changed the balancing to force everyone to have like almost the same tempo. Like during that patch, right? It's like before, like they basically removed the mid game and like they forced everyone, because like they every time they're chosen, they just like fuck with the game. I'm just like, shit, man. I'll talk about that later. In a second.
Right, he needs to rest. We're on a different topic entirely. Chat disagreed with this, kind of like a 58-42 splits.
Pretty close.
But I think for the most part, this is something that I really hope they find a way to continue to make hero augments. If anything, I think there weren't enough hero augments to set. I think there could be more. Like I think Aatrox was kind of a failure in terms of a carry. I think that Riven ended up being in a weird spot. They just kept buffing it over and over. Like, I think it would have made it more interesting to have those kinds of dynamics, but I don't want them to be unkillable Giga Tanks. I think like the Garen, like Clement brought up in chat, Garen winning 3 out of 5 games at MSI was kind of boring or super boring. Like that. None of that. Okay. Question number 2. Other than a few minor hiccups, the release of new artifacts, again, we're paraphrasing because it's long blocks of text, was successful. Lots of new unique outputs get opened up. Let me finish. And create new dreams for players, which lead to more possible compositions. We'll start off with Prestivent first here.
I think I like kind of agree. Like there was like good amount of success in terms of like fun for people, but I think the amount of trash outweighs the success. Or oh wait, failure outweighs the success.
Okay.
Basically, the upside that was created is worse than the downside.
Understood. And so the failures is saying is because actually just explain both. So what is a failure to you?
Vampiric Scepter. Like there's like so much trash.
Why is it a failure in your mind?
Oh, because it's unclickable.
Okay.
Like I don't even mean that like as an exaggeration. Like okay, I guess you can click it with Rageblade QSS Gnar 3. The only way you can click it, probably. And I outside of that, like it's probably like not really like I like don't mean that as an exaggeration. Like in terms of like a standpoint where you actually want to compete with your item. But and then also another thing is I think like there was like success in like something like Wits and Bard or like the Forbidden Idol like Kench. Like I honestly I think like those are like, you know, like good or like good and bad. Like I think it would be good if you could do like I know they want it to be like super niche, but like I think it'd be a lot better if it was like if you could at least play two different things instead of like only like one thing. So like you know, there's something else that's like comparable like to like maybe like tone down like you know, some of them like say, like Forbidden Idol Kench a little bit and then give him a friend that like Forbidden Idol Alawi is comparable. Like if you could do something like that, but like obviously that's like really hard to do.
I think I get what you're saying. You're saying that they're too narrow. You would like them to open up. So another example could be like Lichbane is very specifically good for one unit, and it feels like you should have multiple options of being like, okay, this is an item for one champion in the set, and that's it.
Yeah, I think at minimum you should have at least two options.
Sure. And I think that's not an unreasonable ask.
Like two competitive options.
Because it still keeps it narrow, but at least you have options. I mean, just it's the same problem as people talk about flow with carries, right? Like the Ashe items are not what you usually play on Kai'Sa.
Like
so
like, and then like doing that like it lets the item like still stay like in like a niche category. It's just like not like, you know, like two like I feel like two being playable on like two different like units does not like take it out of like the realm of like being niche.
Okay. All right, Milk, you're in. What do you think?
I mean, like the thing is, okay, I actually do think it could potentially be good. But the thing is, the balancing is just so far off that it's like the negatives outweigh the positives. Because like there's just too many combinations where shit just average in like the threes, and you're like all basically close to automatically winning. And the halftime this shit is so bad it's unclickable. So it's just like the spread is so far. And then there's encounter or carousels.
Right.
I I had one game where I took something I was last pick. I was 100 HP, and the item's just dead because my tank is full, my carry's full, and then like I just have a dead item. And like
how much of this is colored by encounters then? Like because if you can't get Ornn items where everyone's
remove encounters like still like there's like too much shit that average into threes. Like combinations that average into threes.
How many combinations average in threes? Do you know that off the top of your head?
No, probably a decent amount. I mean, the thing is, if you do like, I mean, like some augments, the hero. I mean, hero augments, there's infinite probably.
Sure.
Okay, so you're just saying that it's impossible. Are you on the stance that it's impossible to balance?
No, it's possible to balance. It's just like I just hate how like narrow it is. I guess. I need to add too many at once.
Okay. So
and they only like all of a sudden only could have one or two units, mostly one.
Right. So kind of similar to what Preston was saying in terms of the narrowness. Yeah. Okay.
There's one unit, and then like sometimes like there's a carousel, and I just want to quit the game.
Well, that's gonna change. I don't think encounters are coming
the thing
back.
Is, and like the Ornn artifacts would be really rare because like don't Ornn artifacts mainly come from
augments,
encounters
or encounters now augments in theory. Though I think that clickability that augment's going to be really interesting to see moving forward.
I mean, Living Forge is broken.
I mean, maybe yeah, Living Forge. I mean, because that's the access to multiple artifacts is broken as well. But that's why Trash or Treasure got.
And then there's combos of augments.
Yeah.
Or Living Forge, weird.
Yep.
Okay, Bryce, where do you sit?
Oh, I mean, I hate this, but I've been a hater of this since they described what the goal was. So I think that from a goal, I understand what they're trying to achieve, but I really, really, really do not enjoy the play pattern of the stated intent is these items are going to be very niche. A lot of them are only viable on one unit, and so it's like what's gonna wind up right now. It really sucks because there are so many things and encounters that randomly put artifacts in the game, and the swing of putting artifacts in the game based on whether or not you're in a spot that can use the item that you got offered from that, whether it's coming off a carousel or coming off of a generic one where you get to pop an anvil and pick, is just staggering and extremely low on skill expression. So I really hate the overlap of the encounters. Jury is still out to see how this is going to play out for next set. I do think they're going to be really hard to balance, and I also just really, really, really don't like parts of the game where you make a decision on 2-1 and then now I'm playing this line, I have to play this line is very narrow, like I know exactly what I'm doing, there's almost no skill expression in the remainder of the game. And for me, TFT has always been about the opposite of that, so I'm comfortable with the notion that some percentage of games it's going to be correct to opt into a 2-1 line commit and play in a way that does express a lot less skill than playing kind of more standard theoretical flex TFT. I just really don't like pushing the overall design of TFT in that direction, and taking Ornn items is always something people really liked. Ornn items, I like them as generic. I like them as like a slightly stronger version of an item and getting to play around. You get one and it's like, okay, there are better users of a lot of these, and so there's a lean in that direction, but they're more... The old versions of them were much more versatile, so it felt like taking a flex augment, and now it's like the opposite. It's like you're taking an augment that really is about trying to basically lottery into one of the ones that happens to be broken at that time, because the combination of the item you get offered with whatever line is theoretically strong when using it means that I'm instantly getting what, to use Milk's phrasing, like a 3.0 augment, or an augment. I'm basically getting something in the threes. I hate that. I hate everything about that. That like you're going to click an augment and it's basically like, did I get one of the broken ones? Cool. I'm now averaging a really good score. Oh, I didn't? Fuck. I'm now not. I really hate that.
Okay. I don't fully agree with that ending. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. I think the ending, so maybe it's a hot take, but I think Portable Forge is actually going to be a skillful augment, because now you actually have to figure out how to use your spot to play around these items, because every item theoretically does have a use for it. And some of those are the most rewarding games. Like, how do you open up Ludens right now and find a way to make it useful in a way that's actually kind of cool, or Prowler's Claw, or some of these other things? So maybe I'm too optimistic about it. I think that there's a way for it to be skillful. Also, by the way, to the person in the chat's like, you're just being Riot chill. Okay, how about we all just have the same exact opinion and we just all echo chamber and just be like another form of Reddit, which is actually a completely useless form of discussion. So 1, I actually don't think that's good. 2, I actually do agree with them in a lot of cases. So I'm trying to moderate and provide opposing opinions, because heaven forbid you open up your mind to have open discussion. So the next person that says that, you are banned from my channel. I don't care if you're a long time sub or anything like that. Straight up, stop being a moron. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, that being said, I agree with the general sentiment that artifacts are too narrow. I don't like the direction that it's headed for where it is, but I don't think that's actually where we're going to land. I think that Riot took a big swing. I think they said 20 items, because look what happened when they introduced 2 support items that were like mid and didn't impact the game at all. They were boring. They diluted the pool. They didn't do anything. So they actually did what you guys said. They took a conservative approach and they took a big swing. And guess what? The small swing felt nothing. It was just like, this was a way, like, why did I even want Spite in my support pool? It was just like, it was dumb. So I think that I appreciate what they did, and I think that the 20 is probably way overkill. So maybe somewhere between 2 and 20 is probably the correct number, and they can find a way to balance that. But I do think that ultimately artifacts makes the game more interesting, and I do think that they ultimately can be fun to play around. But the way it was I think their timing was bad. I don't think set 11 was the time to introduce it because of encounters. And I don't think the tools that they implemented were very thought out, because there were so many broken combos. Like, Tal's been released. It was completely disgusting, and it just ruined games. And they need to actually find the way it balances. So I think they just need to rein it in a lot. They dialed it up, not to 11. They dialed up to like 15. Find that middle ground that I think is important, because I think they missed. So I disagree with this statement. I don't think artifacts were that successful. Mike, you raised your hand. What do you want to say?
Never mind. It's nothing. I was going to talk about something like bouncing around support items, and it's like, you covered it.
Okay. Chad disagreed for the most part. 66-34 splits. Yeah, okay, let's go into the next third one. We're happy with encounters as a set mechanic and concept. They were novel, unique, and likely what Inkport Fables will be remembered for. But like any set mechanic, encounters are not something we want to keep around TFT in the long run. We'll start with Bryce this time.
Well, I agree that it's not something we want to keep around for TFT in the long run. I have hated encounters since my first experience with them. I think that the highs of encounters have been very low, relatively speaking, and the lows have also been very low. So for me, for the most part, they have felt disruptive in a negative way, and the best case scenario has been that encounters felt neutral. But there is an incredibly high percentage of games where at least one, if not multiple encounters are throwing a non-skill expressive wrench in the game that are dramatically impacting placements in a way that is, to me, feels contrary to the soul of TFT.
Okay, so you're disagree.
I guess which one do I disagree with the first half of the statement because
Right,
I'm not happy with that. I think they were novel and unique in that we have never experienced them before, but
Okay.
in concept, in an execution, I found them to be deeply unfun and problematic.
Okay.
And then I agree with the second half of the statement; they should not bring it back.
All right, Milk.
I'll give an example, right? I was playing a game of Digital yesterday, and he had Kid Prismatic ticket, and it just rolls York. Like what?
Like the 1 gold per
The one
roll.
goal, the one let reduce.
Yeah. Like he just takes Prismatic ticket, and then like after he takes it, later like end of stage 3 hits, he just rolls York, and like everyone that's re-rolling, all the rolls out cost 1 gold.
Okay, and so obviously
missed,
Digital did
by the
well
way.
that game.
Yeah, but then he ended up hitting though. But the thing is, he would have never hit at all if it wasn't for it.
I mean, he there's a chance he would have hit, but yeah, you're saying he basically
No,
was
but the thing is, he would have missed completely though. Okay, but the thing is, okay, that spot's fake though. Yeah, you want 8, but that's. I mean, that's just, the thing is like that shouldn't exist, man. Like York into like
okay.
when you're
Digital
re-rolling,
been always
in
fun,
chat,
man.
like as saying I missed. He actually didn't hit. He said I hit one Nico with 70 gold tickets. Why is he complaining? I missed and I went 8.
Wait,
I feel that's worth complaining about. No.
Go for it, Picard.
Okay, yeah, this don't miss, but I was playing a game like right before this, and Bryce was watching it, where I had the exact same thing with Prismatic Ticket and the York reroll, and I sent it to 0, and I literally could have won the game AFKing like a stage prior to like where I did.
The thing is, in
So that's
TFT, there's always countervailing variants that can fuck you, unless it's the very end of the game where there's just not enough things left to happen, right? But what we're talking about, the problem exists in Dishop's game, regardless of whether or not he misses. Because the point that Milk is making is there is no reason why some random thing should just happen in a game of TFT that instantly reduces Dishop's AVP by 2. Now, the fact that in practice that game was an 8th doesn't change how problematic it is that this thing that he had no control over, that he's not expressing any skill, just reduces his AVP by 2. And there's a lot of that happening in encounters in both directions. That's my core issue.
Okay.
What he said, I agree.
Yeah, there it is. The classic question. Like, okay, Bryce said something. I agree with Bryce.
I mean, Bryce speaks English well. And like,
Also, you said and vintage, and it just rolls 3 item encounter on stage 2.
Yeah,
And it's like, what the fuck is this? That guy's 3 support items now.
that is true.
It's like what? It's just all luck.
Encounters have gotten resources way out of control. There's just too much. For me, that's the big problem with why I'm unhappy with encounters. There's just augments, there's portals, there's encounters. It's just too much nonsense. If there was less of that in the game, what's up, Bryce?
Oh, sorry. Finish your thought. I was putting my hand up so that you could finish your thought, and I would talk after.
If there was just less of that in the game, I don't think encounters are inherently bad. I think like we're all picking some of our least favorite ones. Anything from the Radiant item carousel to random Orin artifacts to starting off with Lilia random augments, right, and just making it like Stillwater Hold. There's a lot of bad examples, but there's also handfuls of ones that I think can be good. Like when you have to make interesting choices between like a component anvil and gold in crucial situations. Malphite is like a fun one where you can remove. There are examples of encounters that can be good. I come from Hearthstone where like there's an encounter every card being played. Hearthstone at a certain point just basically became encounters on every card. And that actually was still a point where people could be skill expressive in Hearthstone and have fun. There was actually a golden period of that before they went crazy with it. So I don't hate encounters as a concept. I actually will go as far as to say, in the future, just like some of you fuckers were saying that you want Legends gone forever, and some of you are like, I would want Legends back. Some of you are saying like, oh, like this hero augments are terrible, but like some of you really appreciate hero augments. I think down the road, some of you guys are probably too dense or too blinded by your dislike for the set to admit it now. But in the future, you guys are going to be like, man, you know what? I'm okay. Bring back some encounters. You guys are going to say that. I'm just going to go ahead.
Nah, I bet you $1 million I never say those words out loud.
You
or
might never say it.
Resembling those words.
You might never say it because you're a person that actually stands by your word and you think before you speak. But there's a lot of people who are not going to actually do that. They're just saying set 11, worst set ever. And then 6 months down the road, you're like, you know what? It was awesome when, you know, I had an encounter that would just like give us like the item anvils would all fix it. Like, you know what? Just bring back encounters. There's a bunch of people who are going to do that.
Okay, so honestly, you're actually right. I agree with you now. Because like, they made the game so bad, they were like, oh shit, I missed set 11 because at least it's not this.
Shut up. All right. Okay,
so it's like actually possible.
Oh my
Anyone who
God,
thinks set 11 is the worst set of all time, that's a terrible take. I need to respond to something Mort said in chat, though, from like an hour ago when I raised my hand, because I cannot let this go. So Mort said, so we should eliminate, this is in response when I was talking, we should eliminate shops ever giving high-cost units or pairs, can't have anything that changes your AVP. No, I think that's like a somewhat bad faith argument, to be honest. More like, I think the reality is, I have been on the record about the fact that I think TFT is the best strategy game ever created, right? So
Agreed.
I'll start this with a glaze. And I think that the reason why is because it is this beautiful melding of core skill-expressive, non-variance-based strategy games, like chess, and high variance games, right, like poker or like a Magic the Gathering or whatever. I think that there is this beautiful melding of the amount of variance coupled with the ad timing. Fuck, whatever. I'm just gonna keep going. The amount of variance coupled with the amount of skill expression is what makes TFT so damn special for me. So like, I really feel uncomfortable with things that are dramatically throwing that off. The problem is there's not a lot of things you can do that are going to add to the skill expression of TFT, and there's already so much variance cooked into the game. So for me, the problem with encounters is just I don't need that much additional variance injected in my game. It becomes overly disruptive of the already pre-existing systems of variance that are creating this really compelling gameplay experience. I also have a huge issue, and this has not been mentioned yet, and I know Milk agrees with this. I think inflation in TFT is a huge problem. I think that one of the things TFT used to do a really good job testing for was resource allocation and development, and I think that that has largely gone out the window. I think that there's way too many resources in the games, and I think it has materially disrupted how I think about economy, item economy, and a bunch of other interrelated resource concepts in TFT, and I miss that. I liked when TFT was testing for that in a lot more skill-expressive way.
In moderation, because they do try that with like Stillwater Hold. Stillwater Hold is less resources with no augments, and that's a worse game. So it's not 100% true. But I very much agree with Bryce.
But that's not fair.
I just want to counterpoint that last point, but Bryce hit the nail on the head for me. What's up, Milk?
Oh, I was going to think you make that argument because they're not balancing a game around Stillwater, and they're balancing it around augments.
Right, but I'm just saying that it's not just like a linear thing. It's true that's just like take away some resources all the time as a better game. That's not true. Yeah.
And for chat, if you missed it, we're gonna run back some version of that for the next thing for sure, because it's the bigger. The next
this
one
is the
clip
last
that Milk wants to run.
We have to get to the fantasy draft. But
on the clip, yeah, Milk, you want to say it?
Run the clip.
Hey, Mark, can we please shift away from Reaper Lux meta?
Listen,
I have a better idea. How about you learn to not complain at every single comp that is remotely playable and figure out how to be an actual competitive player? Otherwise, go play something else like Minecraft. I am so sick of people like you. And yeah, I'm a little tilted right now, but let me be very clear on this. Look at this meta right now. Look at this meta. There are 9 S tier comps, 10 A tier comps. There are plenty of things to play. It is goddamn one of the best metas TFT has ever had, and yet somehow you still have the audacity to come in here and go, I don't want to see Luxes. Luxes are scary. Go stick a freaking pencil in your nose, man. I get if you're tired of the set, I get whatever, but from a purely balance standpoint, right now, the meta on live is really close to, if not the best meta we've ever had. Hey, Mort, can we please shift away from Reaper Lux meta? I have a better idea.
That is the short, and it made its way around. It kind of went viral within the TFT community because a lot of people said, like, what's your take on this? And so the panel, the people that want to join the show today wanted to talk about it. So who wants to go first?
Milk first.
Let go.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if Mort's still here, but like
He is.
Obviously, like in the clip, he was like tilted, so it's like he probably like there's probably like frustration in like what he's saying. But like now that he's like not like tilted, I wonder like if he like still stand behind like every single word he says in that. Or, like, in the clip.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he does, probably to just a less emotional degree. Like he probably toned
the thing is, I love TFT, right? And I guess this is like this is the first time I've been like really scared about TFT because I personally think it's like one of the worst balance it's ever been, and the fact that he thinks it's like one of the best balance, it makes me like just like really scared of the future because I think like my entire life I've always thought that like I would always play TFT until like maybe this set because I think like the fundamental changes and like the balance changes, like this is the first time I think TFT like might be heading downhill. And I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people like also kind of think they might quit TFT as well. It's all like, so basically for me it's like the EXP and gold changes, like the balance, like the shop odds, like they remove flexibility. You know, like you play Lily and Syndra, the fact that you have blue buff and you can't play Syndra is like you can't really flex Kai'Sa and Ashe, and you can't like flex anything at all in TFT. And like even like during the set, like a lot of times like flexing Kayn and Lee Sin was like kind of hard, but sometimes easier. But like when Kayn was unplayable, you couldn't, like you're playing Lee Sin, you couldn't play Kayn. And it's just like some augments has been dead, like Behemoth. Like who's ever taking Behemoth cross unless you ever have like Shen or something, you know? And then like basically removes like level 7 from the game. Also, I really don't like the fact that like stuff like player damage, for example, right? Like I think it's really boring that one life now is always one life. Like, you know how boring it is for like me to watch someone's extreme? And I'm like, I know they're on one life, but maybe they're on one life or they're on two life, but they're always on one life.
Okay, there's a lot I want to respond to that, but I don't understand that point. Can you explain more? Like, you don't want them to be dead guaranteed if they lose?
No, I just hate the player damage changes.
Because
like you know
they're taking too much damage, they're taking too little damage.
No, I just think like one unit just does like you're just dead, and I think it's like really boring. You know exactly how many lives someone has.
That's always going to exist. If you lose when you have one life, you're just going to die.
No. Okay, the thing is, you know, Soji always says like, I have this HP. This is 2 lives, right? But actually, sometimes it could be 2, it could be 1. But no, you can't make that joke anymore. I mean, you can't say you have 2 lives. We know we have fucking 1 life or 2 life. It's pretty obvious.
Okay, so you want damage base reduced and more put into how many?
I'm not like just like not like just go back. But that's not a big thing. It's just like. It's always the EXP and gold. Okay, for example, you know you remove level 7 from the game. Like, you know, like for a couple, like some patches, right? Okay, the thing is, Mort said like he did no longer level 7 lottery, but the thing is, it was never a level 7 lottery to begin with. You could do 3-2, you could do 3-5, you could do 4-1, you could do 4-2, you could do 4-5, right? But now it's the most ever. Almost the amount of people that 4-2 and don't do the 3-2, 3-5. Like, who would fuck 3-5? I don't think anyone 3-5s anymore, really. Like, so basically, they're forcing the most amount of people playing the linear way on 4-2 as much as possible. And even sometimes you don't want to roll, you have to roll, just because you can just be out of the pool.
Okay, so you want to bring back more of the mid game. I'm trying to understand what your point is. You're thinking the mid game has become.
You don't have to bring that big game. Just make it so there's more options to play the game.
But you're describing mid-game options specifically because there's plenty of early game and late game things you could be doing.
Oh.
You're specifically talking about the mid-game options.
I feel the fact that like the amount of people at 4-2 on the same exact tempo is too high. Like the amount of people that play the same...
That's a resource problem as well because people can get away with that. But
okay, the thing is, it used to cost 60 to level 8, and there was less gold, but now it's just like there's inflation. This like Like they just keep adding inflation. And not only that, like also this said the 5 count sucks, and nothing is flexible. It said, like I was reading Reddit from like 2 months ago. Like, remember the thing I sent, the screenshot I sent you? This is from platinum players. They're like the platinum players are playing Y. Like why is everything so unflexible? The set, like the fact that you're look. The fact that you're playing Lilia and you're holding Nico and you're holding Lowy and you cannot play Syndra. You cannot play Syndra with blue buff. Is insane to me. And the fact like half the set, let's say like now you can, right? Like, let's say you're playing Duelist, and then remember Kayn was unplayable. And you hit Kayn, you can't flex that, right? Actually, Kaisa can't really flex that, right? And the thing is like you like the amount of cookie cutterness you need to play and the tempo you need to play, I think is too high.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off there because you dropped a lot. I agree with that last statement. I think there's too much cookie cutterness. I don't agree that the set's been completely inflexible. There was actually a point where the level 4 roll, the level 8 roll down. I don't think it's a coincidence. That's also like this was really good at that patch. And even though it was boring because everyone rolled the same tempo, there's a lot of skill expression to be flexible with that because all the forecasts were really powerful. But I will say that what you're describing, I hear a lot of validity in your complaints. I do think it's too cookie cutter. I wish they bring back level 7, and I wish that they kind of address systems more thoughtfully. This set felt like a big beta test for the first half. It felt like we were changing levels, we were changing shot pods, we were changing gold, we were changing like so many things that it felt like we were releasing an unfinished product. And I like that Riot was trying to test different things, but it felt like we were playing one giant 1 month, 2 month long PBE. That I didn't like. I can agree with that. But you're not describing a bad balance meta. You're describing your problem with the systematic designs of things. And I think that's a really important distinction to be made because you're barking up the wrong tree. And you're specifically putting the wrong blame and the wrong reasons behind their frustration.
The fact that you have a blue buff on a Syndra and you can't play it unless you're playing Faded. Or like when you're playing Lilia, right? You can't play like 2 Arc and a Syndra. How's that not just balance?
Some percentage of it is balance. Yeah, I had this exact debate with him earlier today, Dan, when we were talking about this before the show, like a few hours ago. And I agree that some amount of it is balance, but I think you're making a lot of design-oriented points and calling the whole thing balance. Right, so I think it's making it a little bit harder to track your argument.
I'm like really scared, like because like I feel like it's the first time ever that I'm like not like I don't know. I'm not too like I'm a little scared about the future of TFT.
I understand. Your confidence in Riot is shaken because of all what happened this set. It is also an ambitious set for a lot of reasons, and I understand where you're coming from.
Wait, really? I feel like ambitious set means you're playing for first or 8th, and I feel like there's no way this set could have been a first.
That's not what he means. He says ambitious set. He means
there's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things they're trying to do. Yeah. There's a lot happening in the set.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're ambitious, shouldn't you be playing first or 8th? Because that's like what ambitious is right now.
No, I don't think it's not necessarily. I don't think that their goal was we want this to be the best set ever, and it's either going to be the best set or the worst set. I think that they were attempting to change a lot of things at once, which is why Dan's referring to as ambitious. Yeah.
Yes.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have like a lot of thoughts on this. Do you want me to go last, Dan, or do you guys want to go?
I already said my piece. I already yapped.
Okay.
I'm basically just trying to add. For one, I'm trying to translate Milk in some ways because I think it's really easy to just get vortexed by his whirlwind of yap, but also bring in some more points of discussion. Bryce, you can say it, and then Prestivent, feel free to jump in if you want.
I think I agree with Milk in general. I will say, Milk, it's a little bit hard to follow your argument sometimes. Like I find myself I agreeing with some of your points, but it's I'm gonna try to pull it all together. I'm gonna try to make it like a little bit more organized and cohesive. So for me, and there's something Mort said, by the way, in chat in response to Milk that I want to make sure I get to, which is he basically said, hot take, I think it's because we used to be bad at TFT, now we're good at TFT, so things that used to feel like, well, we're playing flexibly, now with how much better we are and reliance on stats and things like that, we would just call a bunch of that stuff that we used to flexibly play on our boards unclickable. I think there's some validity to that point that Mort is.
I don't think that's not.
Do you want to respond to that before I go? Why don't you respond?
That's not true. I played the exact same way as I've you just can't put some use on your board. It's that simple, man.
I think that there is
the fact like Lilia and Syndra can't be flexed is just like, you know.
Okay.
Or like when Kayn was unplayable. Remember Kayn was unplayable?
I mean,
It's like, the fact
that is actually
Leeson
pointing back to
couldn't
the
be-
base argument of that it wasn't as balanced as you wanted it to be. But
Sure.
okay, your point's been made, Price.
Okay, so for me, and I agree with what Milk is saying where he's worried. I've been saying this out loud for a little while now, but this feels like kind of a culmination moment where Milk really wanted to talk about it on the show, and so I think we'll talk about it a little bit more head on. I have personally been worried about the direction of TFT for a while in connection with me and my enjoyment of the game. My enjoyment of TFT has on average lowered over the course of the last 4 or 5 sets, and it has largely been due to set mechanics. So I was not a fan of dragons. I was not a fan of hero augments. I think headliners are pretty neutral. Legends were bad, portals were good, and I really hate encounters. And I think a lot of this, to me, stems back to what I really enjoyed about TFT when we first started playing TFT, which is it felt like this fluid experience where the percentage of games where someone commits on 2-1 is really low, and the experience of playing the game was very much adjusting on the fly to what you got offered, what your opponents were doing, and the board states also felt more fluid. There was a lot more, like when I used to build my own cheat sheets for TFT of like playing a line, I would basically build, like I've showed Dan these things, I would build like these are the 3 or 4 core units I think you play when you play this line, and then here's like 20 other units that you should reasonably be considering on your board depending on what's going on and what your items are and who you're dual carrying and what front, who you're hitting and what combos well with them and stuff like that. And I also think that the game used to incentivize a lot more stylistic flexibility. So what Milk was describing around playing the game on 3-1, playing the game on 3-2, playing on 3-5, 4-1, 4-2, 4-5, 5-1. I used to think there used to be a lot of reasons why you would do that in general on average in a patch, right? Where depending on the line, there was a distinction between hyper rolling and slow rolling. So that's optimization. There was 3-2 incentives around playing 2-cost reroll that then often patches would incentivize people to play. If you're playing a standard tempo line, you would have to get strong in the middle of stage 3 to compete with the rerollers. There was ways of fast 7ing on 3-5 and trading HP and playing around that play pattern. There was true fast 8, which was 4-2, which was really hard to pull off because accumulating the resources to 4-2 all in and actually consistently hit was a very challenging thing to do, which caused a lot of people to fast 8 on 4-5, and then a lot of people would slow 8 on 5-1. And I personally think TFT is at its best when all of these things are true. When the board state is flexible, when the in-game comp you're playing is decided later in the game, not earlier in the game, when the tempo being played in the average lobby is wildly variant from player to player. I think all of this is what makes for great TFT. So for me, the problem I run into, and I ran into this at the end of last set, and now it's feeling similarly this set, which is it seems like in Mort's primary answer, and he's been doing this for a little while now on like what makes balanced TFT is lots of in-game screens look different. There are 20 different things you might see on someone's in-game screen. And I do agree that is one necessary condition for well-balanced TFT, for sure, right? I am definitely on the same page about the notion that we want lots of in-game boards to be capable of winning lobbies, lots of in-game boards capable of top 4ing in order for TFT to be good. But it's like taking a picture of the very end of the race and then saying, well, that makes the race good. And I don't think that the race feels that good right now. I think that the experience of committing to a line in stage 2 really consistently runs completely contrary to what I enjoy about my experience of playing TFT. I think that the stylistic like uniformity to TFT for the last multiple sets is not at all what I enjoy about TFT. And I agree with Mort that some amount of this is us getting better at the game. Right? Some amount of this is that their job is now harder because we're really parsing these stats and we are really much better and thoughtful about how we play TFT. And so some stuff that we might have thought was playable in set 2, set 3 actually wasn't if we were as good as we are right now. But I want to feel like we're on the same page about the goal. I want to feel like what I want out of like this kind of fluid, flexible style of TFT. I want that to be the goal. And what it has felt like to me is we've gotten to these like mid-late stages of patches, and it's like we're too worried of fucking it up to then keep pushing, because the community is really hostile when we fuck it up, and the amount of negative feedback, I hate that. I'm always the first person to speak up with people being toxic towards the developer team. I can't stand that, because it's an impossible task they have, but I want them to keep trying, right? I want to feel like when they get to good enough in a set, they're going to keep pushing for great. And there are things that I think could be improved about this regionals meta, and there are things that I think could be improved about the regionals meta and worlds meta from set 10. And so even if one final point, okay?
Okay.
Mort made a point that what I'm describing is too hard for 99.9% of players. And I agree with that. But I think that those players were having fun anyway, trying to do it or not trying to do it. Just having their own experience with it.
And they're complaining about it on Reddit.
Listen,
let's keep quoting plats on Reddit to support our argument, because you can find
plats
but you can also find plats that counterpoint you
as well.
What I'm trying to say is you can find people that are counterpoint.
You don't have to be able to play this game at the highest possible level to be able to enjoy it. People loved TFT when this was kind of more optimal way of approaching the game, even if they weren't doing it. For years, Robin was the most consistent player. He's been playing Flowchart TFT this entire time. Robin never played this type of flex TFT. Robin is always committed early in games. He's never been into big flex, like large board pivots or anything like that. But you could do that and be successful at the same time while Sox was cooking up God knows what, right? Or Pocky was cooking up God knows what. So for me, I just really, really want to see this brought. I want to feel like it's a priority to bring this back. And I felt like for some time we've been heading in a different direction. Resource allocation is part of it as well, but I made that point earlier, so I'll shut up now because I was talking for a long time. But I feel really passionate about this topic because I feel my own passion for TFT slowly slipping as the design direction heads more and more away from the things that I have loved about the game.
Same.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack. Prestivent, I want to kind of bring you back into the fold here. Is there anything you want to say on top of Bryce, or even respond to what he said?
I think what I want to say is a little different from what they're talking about, so I'd rather like them finish.
Okay,
we just go.
Let
Pika have a go.
Well, he would change the topic, and I want to address the topic before we can close it.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, okay, listen.
I come from the. I thought we were gonna have a long. I have a lot more complaints.
And Milk has a lot more to say.
But you want to go? How long do you? Bryce has to leave, and like we have to do. Do you want to just skip the fantasy draft and just do?
I mean, as long as I'm out. As long as I'm out close to 4:30, I'm okay. So I have
all right, we can keep going.
Minimum.
I want to say one thing. I think competitive players have terrible memory. I think you guys are actually very much misremembering metas from previous sets. In set 4, everyone rolled on 4-1, and you're like, and everyone complaining about the exact same thing.
That's why I quit that. I
remember the set to 0 meta in set 2, the 3-2, where like if you didn't roll on 3-2 to 0, you like died.
No, that was not true. You did not have to roll 0 on 3-2,
But that's sentiment. That's the sentiment, and reality for you in the 0.00.1% does not reflect the actual base.
When there was no real comps, there was a couple patches where no real comps. Like there's 7 people 4-2'd it.
What is the stylistic flexibility paradise that's ever existed? Just tell me a meta that happened. Just tell me. Pick moments in time without.
No, I promise you. Like other sets, there is for sure times where you could like roll 3-2, roll 3-5.
Just tell me a single time. Tell me a single time. And
I don't remember exactly. When I go to YouTube, I could probably find something. I don't remember off the top of my head, but like sets for sure. Like what? Like for sure. Through sets for sure.
For what it's worth, I also don't commit to memory like what were my favorite patches. It's just not something that I'm like using storage space for.
You guys are trolling with legends. You guys are trolling with legends where people would take Twisted Fates and they would hard force triple Zeke's, Garen, and triple. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying there's no periods of time that hasn't happened. In fact, I can name you several. There's been times in set 6 it's been good. There's been times when in set 4 it was actually good, when we actually got set 4 into a good spot. Even, our hot take, the end of set 8.0, the hero augments was actually really good meta. End of 8.5 was also really good. 5.5 is underrated. I can name you a lot of different points in time there was, but the reality is a lot of players are cherry picking their favorite metas and they're consolidating as one era in time when that was all true. That's not true. It was one good patch in a sea of terrible patches in the set. You guys are saying this one good patch from set 5.5, this one good patch from set 6, this one good patch from 7.5 was all like the one era, and that's not true. That's not true, you guys. like this whole like paradise, this utopia that we're able to reach with perfect TFT never existed for longer than one patch in every set. And I just want to bring that up. And if you disagree with me, fine, but I just want to bring that up because I think it's important to remember, because a lot of competitive players are romanticizing the idea of what perfect TFT is, and your memory is not correct here.
I think you're right, both about people's memories of TFT and about overall the way in which people, like, in which we relate to sets and think about their peaks and not really, like, accurately remember their troughs. For me, though, this is about the goal, right? That's what it comes down to. This is about getting on the same page of, like, I said a lot of things that are really important to me in my experience TFT, and I know there are a lot of serious players that feel similarly, and I don't think that like optimizing for these things genuinely has a negative experience on like the 99.5% of players below that threshold. And so I want to see it quested after, and I want to feel like we're aligned in that goal, and I don't personally feel that way.
Okay. And I think that's fine, because I mean, you are very at least vocal that what you want is for your own personal enjoyment for competitive TFT.
Yes.
And then there's like a bunch of people who like just like in China, right? China said set 10 was like the worst set of all time. And they're like, set 11 is also really bad because they're not able to get like the casual enjoyment they want. And I think that's where there's like big divide. Does that worry you, Milk? The fact that there's a big divide between what the casuals want and the competitive players want.
What is it like? Is there actually though? Because like I feel like this set, the casuals don't like it and the pros don't like it. Also, like for the casual people, I've never seen so many people quit so fast.
For what, set 11?
Set 11, yeah.
Set 5. And set 2, by the way, for what it's worth. But
those sets were so far.
There's a new
like,
set.
Like the modern era, I guess, as you guys say. Or set 2 was pretty fast.
Yeah, modern
actually.
era starts with 6.
But also, like, it's kind of hard to judge set 2 because, like, I don't know who played, honestly.
Mort said give me 5 minutes, he's going to join, by the way, so I think he might be getting a mic out.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I'm actually really happy. Because, like,
I am too.
But the thing is, like, I'm actually like, really scared about TFT because, like, you said that this is like the fact that you think this is like one of the most balanced metas we've ever seen, because like that makes me think if this is gonna be like the baseline going into the future, it makes me like really scared for the future because there'll be more like this because it is like what the balanced looks like.
Okay, but if that's you're worried for it from the competitive perspective because
no, even for fun, I don't care about the competitive, man. Like the thing is, competitive is like last. At the end of the day, it's like, do you have fun in the game or not? Because you don't have fun in the game, who the fuck cares about competitive?
That's a good take. I fully agree with that.
Okay, so P-God, do you want to get in the mix before Mort joins? Because I assume we'll kind of return to this core topic.
Oh yeah, like this is one of the most balanced metas we've ever seen. I like heavily disagree. I might have like a different definition of balance. Is like why, but like he pulls up like TFT Academy, right? Like in his video, and he like points out that there's like 19 S and A tier comps that like are playable. Like I like don't agree with that, because if you look at like the 19 comps, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure only 5 of these are actually playable without a condition, if that makes sense. Like every single like more than half of these, you need like one specific thing to like unlock it as like a realistic line, if that makes sense. Like for example, like 7 Ink Shadow. Like okay, remember you need to hit Ink Shadow +1 for that. Another one 7 Story. Okay, 7 Storyvert. Oh, you don't need an emblem for it, but like realistically, if you're trying to compete with that comp, you need an emblem for it, because you're not going to play 7 Story without like digging for Aurelia on 8 or something like that. And then like this bar reroll is not real without a hero augment. Like it could be playable for like the noobs and stuff like that, but like in terms of like if you're trying to compete with it, like no, you're not playing this from nothing. And then like the list just goes like on. So it's like I think like from like the 19 like maybe like 4 ish. I don't know the exact number is like realistically playable from like realistically like playable. Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's a pretty common take we actually see. People just want the meta to be less conditional because it actually gives this fake illusion that there's actually a lot of things you can play, but the reality is your game is actually pretty narrow because you have to hit all these things.
It's an illusion. I think it's a reality, but I think that the play pattern isn't the same thing as like, theoretically, like if everything requires a narrow specific condition. Okay, he's here.
We have Mortdog on call. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, hey.
So I want to give you the first right of reply. What do you want to first say? We threw a lot of different things out. So
there's a lot to break down there.
Respond to all of it, Mort.
Yeah. God, this is tricky. So, okay, the problem is, it's like what you guys want as a game and what we need to have a game be successful are just, unfortunately, a little different, but only a little. And I think there's a lot of rose-tinted goggles going on here that's really rough and hard to deal with. So the good news is there are some stuff we just 100% agree on, right? Like inflation, right? Like inflation, too many resources, it's a problem, right? And the fact that everybody has infinite resources is allowing everyone to get like a guaranteed board state, that is absolutely a problem, right? Totally agree. What Prestivent was just saying, where it's like certain comps have certain lines and like that's a problem, like that's just everyone optimizing, right? Like anything that gives you the plus AVP is essentially going to create that situation, right? And so like what you perceive as playable, and this is something I've been struggling with even with like day-to-day with Nico or challenger players in general, is like we have boiled down every conversation to like, nope, the AVP of this is this, and like every micro decision makes infinite difference, right? Every conversation with Goobums turns into, no, this is infinite power, infinite everything. Like these micro decisions are just what matter to you guys who are trying to optimize the game, but that's just not the thing. The other thing is trait power here. And trait power, this one's really tricky because a lot of what Milk is describing is flex, right? Where it's like, I can't place Syndra without Faded. Well, it's like, yeah, that's because Faded is a trait. And the problem is traits are a part of the game. And if anything, bad balance states in the past have been when traits don't matter and everything is 2-2, 3-2, 2-3-2, you know, and you just play all the 4 and 5 cost units. And the problem with that is that drives away all of our casual players, right? Like casual players want to be able to like build vertical and do great. And if that's not a way you can play, the game is generally perceived as pretty miserable. Other fun things here, Milk's like, I can't believe how many people are quitting. Our player numbers are just fine, Milk. Stop making shit up.
Oh, that is true. We actually released an article, or we saw an article.
32 million?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, player numbers are good. And I get it. Like, one of the things I kind of agree with here is, like, the fact that the set's been around for 4 months. I think for a lot of our deep engaged players, like, 4 months is a long time.
Okay, I also, could I ask a question? Do you think the last, like, month plus... Like, I know you didn't like, do many changes for, like, regional and world, but, like, do you think it was, like, too little? Because I think this is going to be so long. Because it's been, like, I feel like it's been the same patch for so long.
How do you respond to, like, set 10, set 11 complaints where they say the last month there needs to be more changes because the patch is like too long and too static? What do you think about that? More?
Yeah, so this one's interesting because it's funny if you go back to like go watch any, you know, set 8, set 7 thing, right? It was like stop changing it, get it in a good spot. We've talked about how if we can get to a good meta, let's stop changing it. And the reality is at the end of set 10 and the end, like now, we're in a pretty good spot. Not saying it's perfect, but we're in a pretty good spot here. But we're seeing the side effect of that, right? Which is like, if you don't make changes, people get bored. And it's one of those things that even at Riot internally, not everyone's aligned on, that like, should we just be randomly changing the game to change the game? Probably not, but people like change, especially, again, the deep engaged players who are at their 1,000th game. You know, Prestivent's at like, what, 1,400 or something? Like, sheesh.
Okay. No.
No, the thing is, I actually don't think we're that balanced. By balance, I think like I feel like a lot of times when you say balance, you're just saying nothing is that broken. But I think
Milk, you use the word balance for literally everything. Okay, it could be a preposition for you at this point. The word balance to you means nothing. So don't come back at me with balance doesn't mean what I think it means when you use it for literally every other fucking word.
Okay, but I think I think the balance is so far off at this set that it's like it's basically unsavable.
So, Milk, can you break that down? When you say the balance is so far off, what are you talking about? Is it certain?
Like just like all the units, like all the units and all the traits. And all of
the units and all the traits.
And the sky is red and water is dry. Cool. Great conversation, Milk. I'm glad we're just denying reality here.
Traits need a slight nerf, and just like gotta revamp the entire system. Inflation needs to go down. Player damage needs to change. I already agreed with inflation. Player damage is just a buzzword. You don't even know what you're saying. What needs to change about player damage?
Oh, I mean, what he's trying to say is like, because like right now, like the player damage, it's like. It's like so like it goes like 5.
We changed it by 1.
Oh no,
by 1.
Wait. Okay, no, but I think what he's trying to say is like Right now it's like 5, 8, 10, 12, and then it's 1 per unit. Whereas like before it was like a different number, and then it would be like
It was
2
one less.
No, but like
1
for a certain amount of units, and then after a certain amount of units, it would change to 1. And so like there was like a lot of like difference between like in terms of like the numbers that you could actually take in a round. But like now it's like the
by
numbers
1.
like doesn't change that. Wait, really? Because
Yes, by 1.
Before it's like. But like the first 4 units were like 2 damage, and then like
It was the
after
first
One more time,
3
Mort,
units.
tell him.
I was gonna say something. It's not just like inflation though, but it's just like the shops odds on 7. Like I think it used to be like 10% on 6, right? For like 5 cost odds, and then or like 4 cost odds, and now it's like 7 is 10%. I don't know.
So
It
you
just
want
like makes
more 4 costs earlier. Is that what you're asking for?
no. I just don't know why level 7 got removed from the game. Basically,
We've
It
explained
didn't.
it multiple times, but level 7 is just different now because they didn't want players to get stuck on 7. So 7 is not actually a true level 7.
but the thing is you were stuck on it. You had the option to do like
So
multiple.
you want to go back to 80 gold from 7 to 8? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just
And
like
the
to
level
have more
7
options.
4-1 lottery?
Well, there's
It was never a 7-4-1 lottery because you didn't have to 4-1.
What?
well, there were definitely
There are
periods where it
definitely
was a
periods.
7-4 on.
Periods.
No,
Yes,
but
come on.
there was always at least one person who could probably 4-5 it, right?
But that's not what everyone else is
Or a couple
playing.
people
That's
go
just
for
one
Okay,
person.
so one thing that is worth noting that hasn't been brought up in connection with this is that they added level 10. So like the levels themselves play a different
So-
role in connection to the history.
The whole reason for level 10 was, if you remember back, like, I forget which set, 8 or 9, we had the level 7 to level 8. It was 80 gold, right? And it was the level 7 lottery. And then you could, like Milk is saying, a couple people who were rich and who'd win streak could get to 8. And the difference
you
between
also
7 and
roll
8
on
was
6
too
for
extreme. And so if you were stuck on 7, you were doomed. The complaint back then was, if you were 7 and you were low rolling, you were fucked. You had no economy. There was no way to come back. Level 8 now is essentially level 7.5 back in the day. It's essentially a way to get you there so that you're not screwed on 7. So what Milk's saying about now you just skip level 7, sure. Okay, because we let you go to 7.5 and have a better time. Like, people are less miserable than they were back then. It is a factual improvement.
Don't you also feel like less people go fast 9 than before?
Okay, is that a bad thing?
No, but I'm just saying like I feel like the mid game just got like removed.
well, that's
How is level 9 mid game?
Oh no, like what? I don't know what's up. Like
I think it's like it doesn't mean just like level 7 when he says because I think he also means like level 6 kind of removed when he says like mix,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like 6 and 7.
yeah.
And I for what it's worth, I agree with that. I think that there were on average there was more incentive to play stage 3 in previous sets than there have been in recent sets.
Right. So there's two things with that. The first is, one of the things is the inflation, right? Because if you just have infinite economy,
Yes.
you know you're going to be able to get to 8, no problem. So why would you ever apply pressure at 6, right? There's no reason to do a Bebe leveling. There's no reason to apply pressure because you can't do enough damage. I agree. The second thing here is, and so like, again, inflation will help with some of that. The second thing here is like, and this one's a little tricky, but like, players don't have fun when they die at 4-2. That's just a fact. Like, when players are out at 4-2, it's a miserable experience. And so, there was a time, I think it was set 8, set 9, where we were increasing the player damage based on a lot of feedback around stage 2 and stage 3. And what we were finding was a lot of players were just out really, really early. And this is, again, one of those things that does appeal more to our casual base, but I have to talk about them, is like, a lot of them, what they want to do is look up their build their favorite streamer played on TFT Academy, go there, something, #ad, and then copy that build and have fun. Like, that's how most of our players play the game. And so if we're like, but player damage so that challenger players can have tempo means you're out at 4-2, that was the trick. And so we've gotten player damage to a part where early game matters, don't get me wrong, but again, a lot of this does circle back to inflation, right? Because the fact that most games you can guarantee, even at 30 HP, 4-2, level 8, roll down, hit your comp, that is a problem, right? Like, that's the one problem where I'm aligned, that's a problem.
Okay. A couple of interrelated points on trying to increase flexibility in the game. I'm curious, have you guys ever considered making threats an evergreen concept in TFT? So they wouldn't always be called threats. Obviously, you would theme them out and what makes sense for the individual set, but having a certain number of core 3, 4, and 5 cost units every set that are not, they're power as a unit is not tied to traits, so inherently they become bridge building units?
What I will say is that is an interesting idea that we should look into.
Okay.
So from the dev learnings in the past, they actually say that they were trying to incorporate that into the game. So I can't think of an example immediately off the top after set 8. There's a unit in set 9 that they felt like was essentially that. Was that like Heimerdinger or something like that?
No, I mean, and I answered this in one of my Q&As, but someone was like, you said threats were good, yet you haven't been using them. And that's just true, but that doesn't mean we're not going to. And obviously, I can't allude to anything we're doing in the future. So, I think that is a neat idea.
Okay, I will frame it this way. Since the moment I saw threats, I was like, this is great. I hope this is every set. Like, literally every set. I think it's overall really healthy for, like, design and gameplay experience at TFT.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, and not to pick on Milk again here, but, like, there are differences between like balance and like perfect structure, right? So like I said, the inflation definitely off, but does that mean the meta isn't balanced? No. Like when I talk about balance, what I'm talking about is how many unplayable traits and champs are there? And it's like 3. Aatrox is kind of shit. Morgana's kind of shit.
Well, I don't know about that one.
Morg's kind of good.
I don't know if I agree with I feel like
No, the thing is, like, everything needs, like, some, like, weird augment to make them playable.
Well, okay, so again, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you look at those things as like an elevation, right? Like, I've heard someone say Ashe isn't playable without little buddies, right? Like, that isn't actually true, but at your level where those micro optimizations matter, it might be true to you guys.
Who says that? No one's ever said that.
He's using an example, Milk. Come on, don't be obtuse.
Oh, right.
He's using an example. He's saying like some people might disagree at high levels.
Yeah, but the thing is like, sure.
Yeah, I mean, TFT is about knowing your spot and recognizing which line. And a lot of like when you guys describe balance, what you want is a consistent line that you can play from any spot, right? Like again, Prestivent, I know you and I have disagreed a little bit on this, but like one of the reasons Faded had to be nerfed was because it was just so damn consistent. You could play it from pretty much any damn spot.
But like the counter or like the way that I like.
Wait, no, you couldn't.
Wrong. Wait, no. Would it be wrong to like instead of like making like nerfing Faded because it was so playable from every spot, like making other?
Well, you couldn't. You still need tiers, man, and rods. You can't play from any spot.
Okay, no. But that's like different. Like, I think what he means is like augment, because it's like lots of comps right now are like tied behind like an augment or like an Ornn item. I think.
Correct.
But I think like, is it wrong to like instead of like nerfing Faded to like make other things more like playable as well?
So what you're describing though is essentially take out all the power out of augments completely and just have the lines themselves exist. And a lot of what you're describing is essentially getting the game to a more flat experience, right? Where everything is its baseline power and then augments only elevated a little bit. That is a quote unquote more balanced game. It's also boring as shit.
Okay.
You know, you guys really enjoy the augments. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example here. Like, Sandy is a good example.
Assist is like a very uninteresting silver augment.
Exactly. Harm Assist is a great example. Where again, like challenger players like it when it's good. Combat Caster actually is the best example. Thank you, chat. Combat Caster. This is an augment that like most players despise. They think it's bedge. Yet you ask any challenger and it's like wildly broken, right? Like. You guys would prefer all the augments be these like very powerful, widely used things, but players, you know, it goes back to your hero augment thing. Players like the spiky, insanely like, oh my god, this is a cool thing I've never seen before. And again, we have to kind of create both, right? It's not one or the other, but it is both. Combat Caster exists, and yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I want to be respectful of everyone's time here. Bryce, specifically you have to dip out here. You have more on call.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I think that I could honestly have this conversation for like multiple hours. I'm like trying to leave space since Mort didn't get a chance to talk about it, and I want our guest to as well. But like, the problem is that so many of these things are interrelated. You know, one thing I'm curious that we haven't covered yet, Mort, that I would love to get your perspective on is set mechanics. I have shouted from the rooftops that I think that set mechanics should be way lighter in game impact than they have been over the course of the last however many sets. I thought, you know, the experience of playing around the set mechanics of the whole set for me has like overall actually made each of my experiences with those sets worse. Do you think that I'm the minority on that? Do you think that like TFT would go dramatically down in play rate if you didn't have these like extremely like significantly impactful set mechanics every set?
So the short answer here is no, you're not wrong. The longer answer here is a bit more complicated. A lot of people, how they perceive the quality of a set is the set mechanic, right? Most of the things that are remembered is the set mechanic. It's not the traits, it's not the champs, it's not the items. And so set mechanics do create sort of this like, I can't think of the word, but not cohesion, but essentially like a tribute to how much you like this set. And the other thing is that set mechanics, our goal for set mechanics has always been take something that might be playable for 200 games and give it enough variance that it's now playable for 1,000 games, right? Like, let's just say hypothetically we deleted encounters from set 11. I think it gets boring a lot quicker, like infinitesimally quicker, right? And so that's just something that we have to deal with for a game, especially now if we're looking at these 4 months and hypothetically we believe Milk's right that everyone's going to quit or something, that we need that variance. Now, that being said...
Everyone's going to quit, what?
That being said, we actually, like, internally, Bryce, we've actually been having conversations that we agree with you that because augment refreshes often get us more impact than set mechanics, that the burden of a set mechanic to be so in your face has gone down quite a bit. And so in the future, you might see some stabs at, there's still going to be set mechanics, but I don't think they're going to be quite as like defining as they've been in the past. But again, that's also going to be on your definition of defining, right? Because again, I'm talking to some people who think 1 gold difference literally makes or breaks the game. So but it is going to be less than it has been in the past.
Yeah, that's great. Just like thinking about how a set in Magic the Gathering, I don't think it's like a one-to-one example, but they have like multiple keywords and it could be just like the collection of a lot of unique things about the sets that can make it stand out as opposed to just one thing like dragons. So I think I can appreciate that. We're taking polls, by the way. You're split down the middle, 50-50 more, so your job's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to call out, by the way, it's funny. Like, I know, Bryce, your opinion on things like dragons and hero augments, but it's funny, recently we've just seen this resurgence of people who are like, I freaking loved dragons, I freaking loved hero augments. It's kind of wild, and that's what I'm saying, is like, people's, memory of these things is like the things that stand out, and so it will not surprise me in a year or two when people are like, encounters were great. Hopefully not for the reason Milk described, which is TFT has just gone downhill, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
If it's the case,
that is my take as well.
We can get it.
Okay. Mort's in the middle of movings, and we do have a hard out in about 15 minutes, so we don't have much we can talk about here. We do have more on the line. Milk, are you out of ammo? Is there anything else you'd like to fire off?
Oh no, I was like really scared that like you see this as one of the most balanced metas we've ever seen, and that like scares me going to the future, I guess.
Okay.
Like I don't think like I feel like there's a difference between nothing is like broken. Well, they're like nothing's like you can force every game like non-augment combo.
That's something
broken.
that it's like you might not like the meta, but in anything you might be actually kind of touching on something else, is that you don't want necessarily just balance. You want balance and other things. You want balance plus something else.
Units are balanced and everything's playable. Like most things are playable.
But it is. Have one like a lot of the data points that it is balanced. That's what the difficulty is. You're saying it's fake balanced. Okay, go ahead, Bryce.
So, out of curiosity, because more I'd love for your take on this. I've never actually said this out loud, but I've always felt like if you just assembled a panel of 5 elite, really active challenger players, and every single patch, you just showed them the patch before you commit to it, and gave them 24 hours to discuss amongst themselves and come up with 3 changes they want to make to every patch.
Official does that.
Removing something from a patch or adding something to a patch or whatever, I feel like it would make every patch better personally. Like, I don't, to be clear, I don't want Milk to have the keys to the fucking castle.
No. Have you seen Bishop? Have you seen Bishop talk? Is like, he links the entire patch. He goes, revert this, and this.
Okay, but like also to that point, just so at least has the maturity to acknowledge that a lot of the change that he wants isn't exactly good for the game. It's specifically the way he wants to play the game.
Yeah, the thing is, everyone's going to be like, oh, that sounds really, really cool. And to be honest, we've tried this in the past. The challenge is that there's no, accountability here. And so for every time, they probably have a batting average of, when we've tried this, of about 750, 800, but no one gets to have to blame for the 200 where they're wrong, and they're way wrong, right? And so I don't think anybody actually wants to sign up for that, that blame. And I think it's really irresponsible of us to be like, that's the players, they wanted this stupid thing, so.
I mean,
Fucking sign me up.
you could solve for that problem. I think that you could get 5 players, and it could be a collective decision they have to make together.
Okay,
and
but here's the thing. It's going to be NA biased. Do you understand that you guys get
No, you would have to have regional.
Riot
you need
more specifically in Riot get a lot of flame for just listening to NA players too much in particular.
Oh yeah, China is super pissed at me right now.
They hate it. You're just all you do is just listen to the loud whiny.
I honestly think you should just only listen to China, man. Just get a translator. Only listen to China.
But
Okay,
like as an example, when we did the prismatic orbs, I actually grabbed 3 players and had them help me balance the prismatic orbs a little bit. And then when those came out, a bunch of players freaked out that there were certain things that were bad, and it's like,
interesting.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
okay.
hard
You
to
know
do.
what?
Bro, that's
It's
so
you probably
rare.
can't reveal it, but one day
I'm not gonna
in your
throw them under the
memoirs,
bus.
I would like for you to write it down. Just
Yeah, I'm not going to throw them under the bus. So
man.
I think I know.
Okay. Mort, thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks, Mort.
Is there anything you would like to say
Thank you.
on top before you go? Because I think you're technically supposed to be on vacation. You're supposed to be moving to Washington.
I mean, yeah, I'm holding my mic out of my stand because I pulled it out of a box. It's like not very connected here. That's why it's very echoey. Also,
Yeah,
I
I
just
hear
want to
it.
say, man, like, have fun. Like, I feel like half these conversations forget that like people are having fun. So
Well,
Well, also, Mark, can I just say one thing? I think, okay, I've been playing TFT for 5 years, right? The most fun I've ever had playing TFT was a 4v4 tournament.
There we go. I was waiting.
Well,
Can we make it the main format? Here we go.
Like, if the thing is like more like, Mortdog Madness is like not a best of, and that's like, I think that's like really
I had
boring.
a lot of fun with Mortdog Madness.
No, the thing is like the fact that like you have to play dead games, I think is less hype.
I've said my stance on 4v4. I love 4v4. I think it's great. I think we should do more.
I think 4v4 default is not that good.
No,
I
you're
think
talking about the team 4v4. Yeah, I know.
like the best of format,
I agree.
because even though it's more variants,
I agree. It's fun.
like not having to play pointless games, and every single game is basically like close to checkmate, or like
I've heard your arguments, and I agree. It's fun. It's very fun, and we should do more of them.
But
I agree.
He doesn't have a say in that, or like that's like out of his.
I mean,
We should do more of it.
Alright.
The thing is, it'll never be the primary format. That's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
But should we do more of those events? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Let's do it.
I'm down to bring back
probably.
more dog madness.
I'm down to do real event. Like, I know what Milk's thinking is Mortdog Madness not a real thing.
Okay.
He wants a real thing. That's what he's thinking.
I'm down to actually pick up another project more. If you want to do the 4v4, let's make it happen, man.
4v4 in Mort's new basement.
Signs up
What
another
Dan
project.
but the thing
really
is-
needs is more projects. Halo, let's get more things on Dan's plate.
The thing is, I think it's not as fun though if like people don't like care about the tournament. Like the Soju 44 tournaments, like you win, you lose, you lose.
So what you're
It's like,
saying
no,
is we should do $500 buy-in, winner take all.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
No, it's just like you sometimes you just want events where like people like feel bad when they lose.
I think that the way to do it is you should do one 4v4 tournament every set. They should be regional teams exclusively, and
Yeah.
you should have a qualification.
That sounds fun.
And then we
They
crown
should
the
bid
best
to go in. How much
the
are they
best
willing to pay to
team
get in?
from each region, and then you make it like legitimately high stakes. And
That sounds fun. I like
it'd be
it.
super fun. People would love it. People would be
Amazing.
so invested in being the one team that reps their region. It could be so good.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
All
One
right,
more. I hope you know that. At least from my end, it's all coming from a place of love. I'm
No,
obsessed with this game, and always
Wait,
have
me
been.
too, man. Me too.
And here's the thing, Bryce. The reason I found it willing to get this out here is like when I hear you say stuff that like the enjoyment's gone down, like I take that super seriously, right? Like I want to find the way to achieve all of the goals, right? Which is like the game be successful and be deep and things like that. And so the thing is, we just have to make sure that it's not like a small thing out of whack that's causing all these issues, right? Like inflation is definitely one thing. The other one here is clearly trait power, right? And so like on our end, we can go look at those two things and be like, is this causing more damage than we realize? Because if there's one thing that's been true of TFT over all the years, the tiniest changes have the most insane domino effects to the point where we nerf Sniper 1% and everyone claims it's unclickable now. But balance the game. Just balance the game. Okay.
Oh, I think that's more so just like Reapers and like stuff like that came back to meta more so
That's
than like
the point.
1%.
It's really.
It's just like no,
that
it's more
is
so
the
like
point.
balance
That is the
crashing
point.
where you like nerf one thing and buff another thing. It's not just like the 1%.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark. I
Bye.
think that was a good note
Thanks,
to end
Mort.
on. Good luck with the move,
Happy
and
moving.
enjoy your time off if you can. I mean, it's not really time off; you're moving, so. But
Bye,
thanks for coming, stopping by.
Bye.
Wait, where's he moving to, by the way? Where like
He's
like
moving
is
to
he moving like
Washington.
near you guys? Yeah, I know. Is it
He's
like
not,
Seattle
he's
or
not
no?
saying
It's like
because
it's like a couple hours away. Washington's a big state, so like
state.
Yeah, I know.
but for what it's worth,
I also want to move, man. I've been living with my parents
moving
too
to the
long, man. I'm
draft?
28 years old.
all right, Milk, we're on a podcast. We're not on therapy. We can book
Oh.
some extra time if you
But the thing is,
like.
like, Mortdog is like buying a house, and like, I don't know. I think it's about time I move out of my house. No.
I'm down to fantasy draft. If it goes long, then I'll just. The nice thing is we're doing 2v2
fantasy draft?
today, Dan. So you could just finish the draft off by yourself.
Okay,
Maybe.
well,
Oh, I mean,
Well, what does that even mean, two
I
v two?
want us to do something else differently because I think we're out of time here, Bryce.
Okay.
Because you have to
Oh.
go in 10 minutes.
All right, how about we just draft every single player super fast?
wait.
So we have two options. One, we could just change the format and snake draft it because it's 2v2. It's me and Bryce
That'll be
versus
really
you and
fast.
Prestivent. Or we could collectively build one fantasy draft together of what we want to do, and that's the thing I can do.
Nah,
with
I'm down to
What does
smoke
that
you
mean?
guys.
Okay, you guys want to play
And what?
yourselves? Well, because there's
Does the person
actually
have time though?
I don't think we have time to do a full.
Okay, so why don't we just do a
Well,
snake
Dan,
draft
how
the
was-
whole way
Dan, How
down?
was your time? Are you able to stay a little bit longer?
Me?
Do you have a hard cutoff? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I was going to do China regionals after this. I was gonna
so
go
then
on
let's
the spot.
just do it, and then I'll leave when I have to leave. I'll just text Adrian and say that I'll be down like 5
Who's
10 minutes.
Adrian?
She'll be fine.
His
and
wife.
then if I have to miss
Oh.
the end, if I have to miss the end of the draft, it's not a big
No,
deal.
it's the
Okay.
guy's name.
All right. So, welcome to the draft, everybody. We made it. This is easily the longest episode we've ever had. A lot of yapping, but we're here in the fantasy draft. It's going to be 2v2. Bryce and I are going to compete against Prestivent and Milk, and we collectively have a budget that we share, and we have to just build a list of what,
How
10
many people?
people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
10?
7, 8. Yeah, 10 players each with a double budget. It's a double budget. Okay, so with that being said,
What's
the
the
first
budget? What's double?
$200. You have $200.
210 people?
We're bidding against each other. The list of players is here on the right. There's only 32 players that you can bid on. And that's it. Okay, so Milk, guests first. You get to offer the first player to bid on.
Oh, well, I DM'd you something.
Oh wait,
Oh,
time
the
out.
DM start, Dan.
I DM'd you.
Okay, I'll start with. Wait, 20 people? Wait, I feel like you already know it. Like, the thing is, I need to list out the 12 bad people first. Can you guys go first?
Just bid on anybody. You could just say,
No,
like,
no,
I
the
bid on
thing
this
is- the
person.
thing is, like, I just don't want to bid on some of the bottom 12.
But
That's what I'm
just
scared
bid on
of.
anybody, man. Just bid on someone you know you're going to bid. Bid on yourself.
Fuck. Yeah, I'll take myself for $1.
Okay.
I bid 40.
40 on Milk from Bryce.
I mean, to calibrate this, last draft, the top people were going in the 70s,
Yeah, we need
right?
200.
Wait, how much would you have last time? And how many people? Like, I don't
You
understand
had
this. Like, there's
100
10
for 5.
people?
You had 100 for 5, and now you have 200 for
Wait,
2.
Dan, didn't we up it so that we have 150?
Yeah,
for...
but that was because it's a bigger field. We drafted more players.
Wait, so it's
Oh, we drafted
200
6
for
people.
10 people.
200
So
for
that
10
means-
people. So the average would be $20 per person. So right now the bid is 40 on Milk. 40 on Milk. Going once. I'm going to push this. Going twice.
I Milk, if you want, like, I'm down.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I tricked
Sold.
I tricked them.
You tricked them. Okay. 40. All right, Bryce, you're up next.
I'll put up dish soap for 50,
Okay, 55.
60.
Oh my God, it's half our budget.
Okay, how high are we going, Mel?
That's fine.
What? Oh, 61.
62.
Hey, 65.
63. Wait, oh, what
You guys are not bidding together.
What a time.
60 is 66. Doesn't matter.
67.
8.
Okay,
How high are we
81.
going? Oh, no, he's trolling.
Yo, you meant 68. You meant 68. I thought you meant 80.
No, the 81.
We're back. We're going back.
Bro, you just bid 81, so now
Just bid
81.
81.
What?
We're going.
Lock it in.
All right, 81 for yourself.
God, have you ever been to an auction before? Do you think you get to say a number out loud and not have it count?
That means you said 8, and 8 was under 67, so that means your bid didn't count, so it was still your turn.
No,
Disto, 81, going once, going
Lock
twice.
it in.
Fucking lock it in.
I mean, I'll just bid 80 and you bid 81, Prestivent.
no,
like,
there
it
it
doesn't
is.
matter. It doesn't change anything.
Disto sold for $81. My God, not
Is that kind of high?
Okay, I
Why?
have reasoning for this.
We're out of money.
No. Okay, I think this soap is the most motivated because he was.
Yeah, but the
this
thing is, like,
close
now
to
we
getting
can't afford
Worlds.
anyone. We're broke.
And then he was this close to getting Worlds and it just got snatched out of his hand. So I think he's like the most motivated. So I'm down to
True.
put like my money on
let's
him.
be real. Disto was half your strategy, anyways.
Yeah, you didn't even have to spend half your money. I'm pretty sure I could have bid 82 here and Peacock bids again, right?
No, I don't know if Milk would bid it.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I actually didn't want Bishop that much. I was like trying to put him up.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Okay. Prestivent, you're up next. Bid.
Gria for 5.
6.
I gave you something.
Well, 7.
8.
9.
10.
11.
Wait, Bob, did you see what I said?
12.
13.
Oh, you bid against me?
Oh, I thought you said they said
Oh.
12. My bad.
No,
No,
14,
it's fine.
14,
It's fine.
14.
Doesn't
My
matter.
bad.
It counts.
All right, 15.
16.
17.
18.
Okay. What do you think, Bryce? 18.
I'm down to bid again.
Okay, 19. 19 on Greya.
I'll take 20.
20. I leave it to you, Bryce. I think you value
21.
Greya higher than I do, so I'll
21.
let you drive.
Eh, 22.
23.
23.
24.
Okay. Bryce, are we in? 24?
I think I'm. I don't know. I feel like Bria is really good. 25.
25. Okay. $25 for Greya going once.
26.
Dan, where you at? Are you passing?
This is past the ceiling of which I was looking
okay.
for.
Okay.
But...
All right, we're out.
Okay, 26.
That's actually pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take
It's
it.
open Greya.
Well, here.
Okay,
Who's
so
bid?
I'm
Is it-
up next. I'm gonna put up. I'll put up Prestivent. I'll put up Prestivent for about $15. Start off there. See what you actually think.
I bid 25. I bid 30. Doesn't matter.
30 on Prestivent. Okay.
I mean, if they want to pass Preston for 30, I'm fucking down.
31.
35. I'm pretty sure P-God's value is like around.
Wait, how much money do we have? How much do we pay for fucking this show, man? What the fuck is this?
Okay, all right, I have a request.
Yeah.
What?
Can we get $5 back on Dish Soap?
Oh, by the way, there is one bonus rule I actually didn't say. Post draft, team is allowed to trade one player as agreed upon by the opposing team. So if you do want to trade a player, we are allowing proposals.
Wait, how much you want to buy this one for?
You bought 8 for 81.
Okay,
Yeah, but how much you want to buy him back for?
Soap. but can we just get $5 back?
I would've
like, an
bid
extra-
him
like,
up.
like,
No, wait.
like, you
I'm
tip
not
us
gonna
$5.
sell you guys this up. How much do you want?
Pigot, I would have just kept bidding. Like, how do you get to negotiate?
You're
a-
not
oh,
trading.
how-
You're not
how
trading.
high
You
would
want
you have
digital
gone?
for cash?
Honestly, man,
Yes.
I think I could have bid you into the mid 80s, no problem.
Oh, okay. All right,
No,
you just tip us
this shop was for
$5,
sale.
fuck it.
This shop was for sale.
That-
How much you want?
after the draft is over. After the draft is over. So
Wait, the thing is, Pigot, I don't know if you've seen like the bottom half. It's like kind of sketch.
Okay, so what the current bid right now is Pigot for 30 or something?
35. 35 was said.
35, okay.
Going.
Right.
Who is it? By you, Bryce?
Me, I think.
Okay, Prestivent for 35. Going once.
Oh, where are we at? 35?
35.
I'm not gonna go one higher.
36.
I mean, Dan, talk to me about your thoughts here. Yes, DM me if you want, but like, we still have.
So my so they go to 36. They're down to
Really?
50s, which means we get to
Wait,
pick
really?
2 players guaranteed, and we get
Sure,
to pick 2 of the. Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe spot to be in, Bryce, because we get to pick really good players there. What do you think?
I mean, I agree with that.
In a 10v10 format, it's about our lineup versus their lineup.
There's a Hold on.
Oh, we're broke.
Yeah, so
Wait, I have a question.
I'm okay letting the plus. Plus, I kind of want them to have Prestivent in some ways. It'd be kind of weird if I have Prestivent Milk, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's just.
All right, okay. Can we get
How
me for a little
much money
cheaper?
do we have left to bid, by the way?
Wait, can we get me for a little cheaper then?
No, 36 is sold to you guys.
No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
36.
I'm not gonna lie. I think
I'm gonna take me for
I
30.
actually got like my 3 of the top 5. I didn't grade top 5.
I'm gonna take me for 30.
Okay, sure. It's more
I
about the position.
didn't
Bryce.
grade the steal.
It's more about the position.
But how much money do we have to bid? Does anyone know?
You can bid up to 50. What?
Because it might went all the way down.
You can bid
Right?
up to
7 spots
51.
left, so you can bid
Okay.
51. Yeah.
So, Milk, you're up to bid again.
Oh, set to go 51.
52. All right, do we just take it for 52? Set to go 52?
Yeah, for
100%.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
we get that.
obviously.
Thank you. Set to
Yeah.
go 52. That's actually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right. And Bryce, if we do 51 bid, we pick someone else right here. So you're up next.
No, I don't want to. I'd much rather go like
Okay.
opposite direction on this bid. I'm willing to bid $1 for Michael.
Oh,
Wait, 2.
3.
$3 for
We're
Mike.
kind of broke.
Okay. How no.
Okay, the thing. Okay, let's say like who's the other guy with points? By the way, in America. In theory, Michael and whoever is it? Because Tunen, both of them average placement should drop by at least 0.2 because they should be griefing each other at all times. So they both.
But they're
so
homies.
everyone's placement in the tournament. Wait, really? No, but still, like, let's say they're playing for real, right? Like, they should both always be like holding each other's stuff within the same amount of points, and whoever places one higher, so their placement. But I feel like they don't even fucking care about that, and they don't even like know that they should be targeting each other at all costs.
They know. Trust me, they know.
Oh yeah, but did they, I don't know, like do they like each other? Or they like
No, they're
I don't know,
friends,
like-
but they're also enemies on the battlefield type of thing.
yeah, but like you guys should be like you should like target each other at all costs. No, so isn't dropping your like not that good?
Okay,
Because,
Michael
like-
for $3, going once.
How much do you want,
All
P-God?
right, we get it. We that's our bet, right?
Oh, it's our
So
bet.
we
Oh.
bid 3. We bid 3.
Oh.
Going twice.
Wait, 4. All right. Going 3 times. It's still sold.
I bid.
What?
What?
Are we going? Did we say 5? We just said
I bid 5.
Okay. All right, 5 for Michael, going once, going twice.
6.
6. Okay, 7. 7 on Michael. 7 on Michael, going once, going twice.
8.
$8. 9 on Michael. 9 on Michael.
I'm gonna call it, P-God. I'm not calling.
Okay, all right. You guys know.
$9 for Michael. And it's gone. Okay, so
We have to chip away at their money somehow.
Oh, wait, who do you want to like max bet them? Is it
51 still. 51 still for you guys.
I mean, is it your bet? I mean, no, it's up to you,
it's my
God.
bet?
You don't even put the maximum. You feel like a number, because they also don't have like too much money left.
Okay,
So we might not about the maximum. Just put like.
I'll put Pocky.
Oh, I don't know. Wait, what? No, you should. Can you get that back? Actually.
Wait. Let me talk to it.
All right, so Prestivent, you're up next. I'm gonna put you on the clock.
All right. Just do your thing. All right. Do your thing.
Okay, Pocky for 20.
Hockey for 20. Okay.
Actually, 10. Can we start at 10? Sorry.
No, you said 20. You said Pocky out for 20.
I think we give actually draft strategy wise here.
Yes.
Yeah, how come we don't start lower?
20, 37.
Because that
What is this?
that's going to secure us a lot.
Okay,
Because now they play cheap for everyone.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just quick napkin math. You're right. Okay, 20 for
Okay,
Pocky God.
all right.
Congrats.
I take it back.
No, you can't.
I take
dude.
it back.
You can offer a trade at
You
the
got
end.
I can't
So-
wait to get the edit of this draft that's just P-God over and over again. Say, actually, I take it back. Can I get a
Okay.
discount?
Can we put the dollars back on the
'Cause
board?
the
So
last
it's
time I
like
asked for it,
one.
we take Pocky, we get $5 off on me, we get $5 off
So
on
I just
Digital.
bid 32. Can I just
Wait, so
take the
how much money do you have left to bid on people?
Let's just bid low on someone, Dan.
Oh,
really,
Lord.
is it your bid?
It is my bid.
Bid on any player you like for $1.
Replay for $1.
Whatever our budget left is, just give it to us.
32.
Toss us
Okay,
one,
we
please.
bid one above that.
So 33. But
Yeah.
you could have had it for 32. You just lost $1.
No, I was.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to go the other direction. Dan, I wanted to go the other direction. I wouldn't have put up replay, man.
We're just minus $1 though.
I was talking about putting up like a player that they didn't want, like a
I
Latin player or
misunderstood.
something.
You gave me the wrong instruction. You said okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
42 plus 52 plus 9
Well, I think we're cooked.
plus 33.
Okay.
Wait, how
So
much do we have
now,
left?
Milk, you're up next. You're up next.
Oh, was wages on the board?
Yes.
Yes,
Waging for 10.
32.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, you
I
gave us
just
the
said
dollar
30.
back.
Okay.
Woohoo!
You just gave us all back. We both did the same thing.
It's all good.
My bad.
It's okay. I demand a redraw.
All right, Bryce, you're up next.
I bid $1 on Relic.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, $1 on Relic. $1 on Relic.
Wait, what's our actual? So wait, can
what's
you
your
take off
budget?
our money so I can see how much actual they have left versus us? Oh, so they have $2 more than us right now.
Yes.
We have more money?
Yeah, you guys have more
Yeah,
money.
we have more money.
Oh, what the fuck? Who's on this field?
Okay.
There's no one left.
Well, no, there's plenty of people left, man. More
Milk, I just
than
messaged you
10 people have to make it to the top 16. I'm just telling you.
Wait, Milk, I messaged you some names.
That's the UP God.
Okay. Relic for 2.
Relic for 3.
4.
$5 for Relic.
Wait, 6.
$6. That puts them. Wait, okay, so that okay, Bryce, that gives us another pick if we want.
I'm potentially down to let him go for 6
Okay,
here. I
6
think.
for Relic. Gone. Good. Okay, congratulations, you guys have Relic. Okay, so then who's next to bid? Oh, Precedent. You're up next.
Okay. I'm down to put up Babzera for 1.
Okay, 2 for Babzera. 2 for Babzera.
3.
4 for Babzera.
5.
6 for Babzera.
7.
Babzera, number 1 qualifier points earner from Brazil.
8.
Wait, if you're at 8, how much money do you have left? Or 20?
9. 9. Fuck.
They bet 9. I'm good to let this slide, Bryce, if you want.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Babzera for 9. Let's let this slide. So that puts us next on the board to bid. I'm gonna go with Ripple Overdrive for $1.
How much money do we have left?
19.
2.
You can bet 19.
2.
3 for Ripple Overdrive.
4.
5. 5 on Ripple Overdrive.
Ripple is playing Val. Oh. Huh. Is he? Right now?
Well, you guys are on a podcast yapping about set 11 ballots. I mean,
Wait,
not
is he
you guys are
playing
scrimming.
Val right now? Fuck. He's playing Val. I don't care that much. Right. That's a Spencer. Oh, holy shit.
All right, so then we're gonna have Ripple for 5 going once, going twice.
Oh, you want anything? Okay.
Sold. Ripple Overdrive for $5 for us. Oh man. Okay, Milk, you're up next.
How much money do you guys have?
We have 26
26.
max bet
Oh.
or max bid.
We have 19 max bet.
Who are these
You guys
people?
want to just forfeit? Isn't this draft already over?
Yeah,
Bro, you guys are getting
I feel
smoked.
like you guys got smoked, but it's all good. Let's finish
No,
it
you
out.
guys are getting smoked. we start with a third of the budget, and you guys are still gonna get smoked.
I mean, it's possible, but okay. You get Milk. Who's our bid? Who's our bid?
Actually, let me flip over. He got there like everyone. Holy. Wait, what?
You're up to bid. You gotta put someone up.
Oh. Who are half these people?
Dude, just pick somebody. Surely you know.
You know, Spencer $1.
Who?
Spencer?
Spencer for $1.
2.
$2 for Spencer.
Up to you, P God. I feel like you know more about Spencer than me. Oh, now I have to
$2.
go.
Going once?
I'll pass.
Oh, okay. They passed Spencer. Did you want Spencer, Bryce?
Huh?
Do you want Spencer?
For
You like him.
$2? Fuck yeah, I
Okay,
want
for
Spencer.
$2, Spencer.
I
Okay.
meant everything I said at the top of the show.
We have to ration our
Okay.
money.
Bryce, you're up
Send it
next to
wisely.
bid.
Alton Nahue for $1.
Altanahwe for $1.
I don't know about him, P God. Do you know anything about him?
I don't know what you want either. But if he's competing with Michael,
Honestly, I'm gonna give them both to people that like to have whatchamacallit.
Yeah, the world's on the line. You want to give them both? I'm down for you guys.
Yeah,
to
no,
give to us.
because the thing is, technically, they should be targeting each other.
okay,
At all
we'll give it
times?
to you for
Oh, yeah.
If like we won't bet anymore if you guys bet 5. Deal.
But you have to bid us first. We have $1
I
on the
was giving for one, man.
5. The only way to make that happen is you bid 4 and find out what happens.
I like it. $1 for Altanahwe. Going once.
Okay, wait.
Actually, wait, how many people are left? Actually,
Going
wait, that's the problem. Wait,
twice.
4.
when I say 2, just say 2. Why do you jump so many spots?
Okay,
Just say
2.
2, man. 2. We say 2, man. We say
Do you
Okay,
want-
fine. 4. I mean, I'm down
So
for
we
4.
get
I'm down
we
for
get
4.
2 picks immediately, Bryce. After that, and I think that might settle it
Well, we have so.
because they go down to
But
15.
is 2 picks that big of a deal in this spot, Dan? Because I'm not sure that 2 picks of value. It depends on how much you value. Hold on.
I think these are. I have 3 that I'm looking at right now, so I'm fine with it with 2 picks, but it's up to you. $4, and I'm gonna count us down, Bryce, because I feel like it's not fair.
I bid 5.
Okay, Bryce bids 5. 5 on Natsunawe.
Okay.
Right, and President, you agree. You said the pass, right?
No, because we didn't make that deal. So if he wants to bid up, he can.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, what do you want, Mel?
Okay.
All right, you guys can have Altanahue.
Okay. Altanahue for us for $5. Man, we just have the NA and LATAM goat. My God. Okay. So Bryce put up Altanahue. That means Prestivent, you up next.
Wait, are we guaranteed to pick? Oh no, we're not.
No, we're guaranteed to pick actually.
Okay, Camby Lee for 1.
$2 for Cam Bewley. Cam Bewley for $2.
Okay, 3.
4.
Okay, you can have them.
$4. Wow.
Okay, wait, does this mean we're guaranteed to pick then? Or
You can be.
You can pick if you want.
That's only one, but they pay like a lot.
Oh yeah, but they only have one more slot.
We
and
have
it's their
one
turn to
more
pick
slot,
right now.
yes.
So they go for wherever they want, and then we get to pick the rest.
They have to decide if they actually want that person. Basically.
Yes. So who is it? Me?
Yeah, but the thing is, you guys have to pick. Yeah.
we have
I'm
to
down
pick.
for you to Dan. I'm down for you to just rip a max bid on whichever person you like of those two.
Okay. Ego Illusions max bid.
Up to you, Peacock. Who do you want to take? Is it him or him?
Okay, you guys have them.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
So we'll take VCLF.
Okay.
Do we want Philip?
I'll take. I'm not for Philip.
Do you want Philip and JD?
Okay.
Philip, JD, and then you have 1 spot left.
Wait, what?
we
There were
have
2?
There's 1 spot left.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Philip and JD, and then okay.
Oh, we have 1 left. Wait, hold on. Wait, 1 left. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait, I'm trying to fill up too fast. Fuck.
Okay. Wait.
Can you erase 1 because I didn't understand how many slots we had left.
I think in this spot, since you're just picking, if you want, if
Yeah, I thought we had like a lot more slots. So, like I thought we filled in like so many people.
Okay, so you, this is what's off the board right now. So you have 1 slot.
Okay,
left.
can we just take out Philip and JD?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Like it's just too many people at once.
Okay, who are the people you want? Like
It's basically between like what? It's also wait, does Eagle Lucas actually suck?
I don't want.
Out of all the BR people, all collective together say he sucks. Well, how bad can he actually be, man? I thought that guy was like not bad. Okay, so it's JD, Philip, Asa. Else is there?
Do you think so? Do you like? Would you consider So Bio or Tex?
I've never watched him play my entire life. I'm too scared.
Okay. Wait, who do you want for sure?
For sure, I'm up nobody. But like right now, I'm down for like JD.
Okay, all right, fuck it. Just lock in JD. He's part of Replay's group.
Okay, JD locked in. You guys have 3 more slots. I got.
Do you want Asa? I don't know. The thing is, like, I mean, Asa's like he's scaring me when I talk to him. But the thing is, like, isn't everyone like? Also, the Equal looks actually suck. Also, like, do you know anything about Dave Ass? No, I've never watched him play in my life.
David I'm down to pass on David Ass.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys, give me 1 of your picks right now.
Okay.
Okay, the thing is, for sure, not for one right now.
I'm down to take Philip.
Okay, Philip, lock it in. Philip, lock it in.
Philip,
Milk,
lock it in.
give me your next pick.
Wait, do you have VCL already?
Yeah, we already have VCL.
Yeah, VCL already.
He's
It's not on our list.
Oh, you guys locked in VCLF. Okay, cool.
Anyway, I don't want Toddy, Tech Summoners, Super Panel, Sopio, Slooper, who's that ever watching play? Cola.
Okay, I'm not taking
it's literally. No. It's either Asa or Fritz.
I'm number Fritz. I'm number Fritz.
Fritz over Asa?
Yeah,
Timeout.
Oh, I feel like Fritz is actually pretty good.
I never watched him play. That's the problem. Wait, do we think Asa sucks that much?
No, I don't know much about Asa, but because we've actually been scrimming with Fritz as well. Like, but not really.
Is he good?
I think he's fine. He did like.
Fuck it, you know the stats, man. Fuck it. You say it.
Oh, okay, all right, fuck it, Fritz.
Okay, Fritz, lock it in. Okay.
Dude, you guys have all NA players.
No, trust me, they're getting smoked. They're getting smoked.
What are you talking about? You have as many NA players as we.
You guys really? Tex in that spot is wild.
Yeah,
I don't know how you don't know the Tex.
You guys are disrespecting
I don't have an opinion on Tex.
Okay, all I know about Tex
That's okay. That's okay.
The thing is, all I know about Tex rate is for EWC.
Yeah, let's just skip that.
He picked to be on his team, so I feel like he's not like super motivated.
We can just double up on this, Bryce. You can actually piece out if you really need, but I think this is actually important. Okay, so we gotta go. Bryce, thank you so much for joining.
What a show, Milk. I appreciate you bringing the yap. P-God, you're always a good time. Yeah, I think we had a really important conversation about like the state of TFT. It was so nice of Mort to join. I know this was a lot, but I hope people really enjoyed it, and I can't fucking wait for regionals. I hope you both play really well. Milk, especially you, because you're on our fantasy team. But P-God, I would love to see you go out there and get a W and make Worlds, man. I'd be really happy for you if you pull it off. So I'll be rooting hard for you guys, and for everybody for that matter. I'm excited to see it all in action.
All right, later, Bryce.
Bye,
Bryce. If you can do me a favor, not okay. Well, he just left the call. All right, so real quick, we have some bonus questions left. There's 2 Frodans. Hello. The first is, what region wins the event? And Bryce is just going to double up on my pick. So this is an opportunity for you guys to get some bonus points.
NA.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So it's NA for Milk, NA for P, okay. Okay, this is a wash. I think me and Bryce are going to go NA as well. Next question. How many Worlds reps does NA send from this event? Prestivent, start us off.
Oh, so, wait, how many is total? Is it 4?
You can give 4 max. You can go 4 max.
Wait, isn't it 6 max?
No, from this event. Like qualifying from here.
Wait, isn't it 5?
Is it 5? I thought it was 4.
Wait, isn't it 5?
Why?
I've
Because
saying
Malone has a
number.
spot back.
Wait, so Sox doesn't count?
Sox doesn't count because he's not qualifying from this event.
Okay, apparently 5.
So it's max 5.
Okay. This was at 5 100%.
Okay.
I'm saying 4. 4 NA.
Okay, 4. Milk.
Wait, your team needs to go now. What? We just went. What is this?
Oh, no, this is individual answers to get points for your team.
Yeah, but like we our team kids go like first, second, and you guys go 3, 4.
Okay, so I'll just say 2. What do you say?
Who?
2? What?
2 out of 5? Hey?
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay, 3. Because I was working on the mag of 2 spots would be going on. Sorry. Milk, what do you say?
I'll take 3.
3? Okay, and Bryce is 3. Third question. Who will be the highest scoring non-drafted player? Here's the list.
Wait, what? Let me see the list.
Highest scoring non-drafted player.
Oh. Okay, my bet is SoBio.
Okay, SoBio. I mean, you didn't have to go first, but Milk, who do you choose?
Oh, sorry.
I'll take Asa.
Asa. I'm going Tex Summers. All right, and then the final question. Most important one. Will there be a drama tweet or post of some kind during this event before the last game is finished?
Drama is a big word.
Wait, what?
Controversy, drama,
what is drama?
Wait, can you give an example?
Brazil and Setsuko fighting on Twitter after day 2.
Oh, no.
No. Milk?
Wait. So like, what does it mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, what counts as drama? That's the problem.
I mean, it could be anything light to all the way. Like, people are just like, let's say there's like Pakigam got disconnected, and he was like, mad that people didn't pause, that kind of thing.
Say someone doesn't show up. Does that count as like drama? Like
what? No one's not going to show up to regionals.
Like disconnect. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna make one. So yes, fuck it.
I was gonna say yes.
I'm changing it yes.
I was gonna say yes
bad.
as well.
It's like a bad for a point. I'll just fucking do something.
All
Man.
right,
Fuck it.
sounds good.
If he's gonna intentionally do it, then I change it yes.
Oh, no, but now we just need to go no. No, we just need to go no. We're chilling.
All right. And that brings us to the end of the podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually think for the format, our lineup might actually be better. Just because I think our players, I'm looking at it right now, have a less chance to like get day one, and I think they have like more people that have higher chance of getting.
No, I'm pretty sure we actually won. Like the thing is, I think so. They have like a lot more of the like names or like known names. But I think we actually won. Like no troll.
I mean, you're just saying
probably
because you
underestimates like Rhea, Babzera, VCLF.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Ego Illusion.
Why did you guys rate Ego so low?
We didn't. I think it was either him or VCLF.
Oh, I see.
I think VCLF is the best Brazilian player.
Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, well, I don't think we have really like any negotiations for trade. I think we're really happy with our roster. I think we're gonna keep it there. Let's go ahead and just get some final words.
Wait.
What's up? You said wait.
Would you be willing to trade replay for anyone?
No.
Okay.
He's one of the core people we really want.
Can I ask you a question? Like, just can I trade myself for Pocky?
You want
I'm down.
you want yourself for Pokegum?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Nah, I think you're a good player. I think you're a good player.
Okay,
if you wanted yourself, you should have been on yourself. That's all good.
Okay, how about Milk for Gria? You down
No.
No?
The decline.
Okay, who would you be willing to trade Milk for on our team? So we can get Milk.
You probably only take dish soap, man.
Maybe dish soap, yeah. Dish soap. Because then we would have the Avengers.
Trades, bro. We're not getting fucking dish soap, man.
Or yourself, Prestivent.
The friend is okay. All right, fuck it. Trade me for Milk.
No.
It's I would trade. Okay, so you say no. Okay, Milk's like no. You guys have to be aligned on that. That's fine. It's fun. It's fun. It's a fun thing. Anyways, we're gonna have the teams and see how they stack up over the weekend. But that's the end of our podcast, dude. This is our longest episode ever. Thanks for sticking around, guys. It was a marathon. Let's wrap up with some final words. Prestivent, thanks for joining the show, man.
Oh, thank you for having me. I had lots of fun.
Oh, my prediction is 3 more people are gonna day one.
3 people are gonna get day one.
But you can't even get day
from
one
your
anymore.
You can't get day one. You played 12 games.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you played 2 days of 6 games.
No. 8 people get day one. 8 people get day one.
8 people do get 6.
Oh, you're saying in the elimination? Oh, okay. I thought the format said 12 games are being played across 2 days and then they cut.
No.
It goes 32. Wait, is it 32? Yeah, it's 32 players, yeah. Then 24, then 8.
I think the people you drafted have the higher getting day one odds.
Okay.
Like, what are odds like Dish Show gets day one? 0. I actually think
I thought I was gonna say 0 until last event.
No, trust me.
No, but things already happened, right?
Worlds got ripped out of his hands when he
was what are odds he gets day one 2 times in a row, man? That's impossible.
Pretty low. But that's not how it works. It's always above 0. It's always above 0.
Yeah, but it just happened to him. And who's due for getting day one? Me. I've got day one in a bit.
I mean, I hope you don't go day one just so you can draft Spider Fantasy Draft. But if you guys missed it, by the way, we are going to be joined by Kermex this weekend for the Regionals co-stream. Next week will be Goobum for the Worlds co-stream as well. And then we're also going to be producing the show live at Riot Studio in Seattle. I'll be partnering with Riot to be working with their Project Striker studio based in Seattle. Which is really cool. And thank you, Riot, for help supporting that. It's going to just basically give us more production muscle. It's going to look a little bit different than our usual stuff. I'm not going to be on the couch behind me, but we're going to have a little bit more fun elements. Just a little bit better. It's not going to be like some crazy production. I don't want to set the expectations wrong. In the end, it's just still the same co-stream. We got a lot of fun guests who are going to be joining us. T-Lad's going to be joining us. Soul's going to be joining us. Other people get eliminated. Bosso Skills. Some casters you may not have seen in a while. So make sure you guys stop by the co-stream right here, twitch.tv/Frodan. If you missed any part of this podcast, check out our YouTube, youtube.com/@DTIYDK or anchor.fm/DTIYDK for any of the audio portion of the podcast. From Frodan, Bryce, Milk and Prestivent, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more TFT action. Peace.